Hey!
Hi.
Hey!
Welcome to the game. We're a little bit dazed today. We're a little bit tired, or at least one of us is. I'm not looking at who it is, though. But we are back in the game, and we're actually finding our party...
In a market. Sorry.
Unfortunately, not in a market, because you guys really wish you were in a market, because actually, when you wake up, except for Pyra, who was awake the whole time, you find yourself in a large stone cell with metal bars keeping you within a door that is locked, and even your wrists are shackled to the ground via chains. Dionysa sighs in frustration, and Agamemnon over here really wonders how they were able to shackle him, a giant horse, to the ground, but they managed. And then there's also this fourth person.
Shackles for each one of your hooves.
There's fourth person in the room next to them, and they all look over at this random stranger and pop an eyebrow and go, "Who the hell are you?"
Hi.
What are you in for?
I didn't expect that.
Sorry. I'm coming in strong.
Should we go around the table and reintroduce ourselves again?
No.
Okay.
Because she's listening to the recording.
I have listened to the
Fine.
recording, and I was all prepared and stuff.
And
but,
then Trevor says
if you
one
want-
thing.
If you want the character to start off not knowing how to answer, that can be the way it is.
That is the way it is.
You guys all stare at her and wonder, who the hell is she? And she just looks back at you going, I don't know who I am.
Tonsil.
I do know who
Nay.
I am, but
Can I tell what she is? Trevor knows. But I don't know if Dionysia would because of Dionysia's own.
Give me a luck check.
Bueno. I almost grabbed a D12. That wouldn't help. 13.
No.
13.
You do not.
Alright, fair deal.
A guard comes walking by, looks in at all of you and goes, you're awake. That's good. Because we're about to start the investigation against all four of you. And if you were wondering how it's going to go, it's going to be very frustrating.
I'm already frustrated, pig fucker.
You're
Sorry,
doing a
there's
really
something-
good markiplier.
There's something in my jaw. Look, you can either work with me, or I can make you tell the truth regardless. So who wants to go first?
I volunteer.
As tribute?
Yes.
Please watch The Hunger Games.
I
Alright.
have seen the Hunger Games. I was trying not to do all those references to pop culture in this game, like all the other ones. Okay, I'm trying really hard.
He looks at the one who barely is able to lift her wrist through the shackle,
Oh right.
looks at you and goes, very well then.
Shackle? Shackle. Looks like a shackle.
He
Shackle.
unlocks the door and walks inside towards this newcomer, undoes your shackles that are situated behind your butt, undoes them, grabs the chains, and pulls you from behind, because your arms are behind you,
Yoink.
and pulls you out of the room. Pulls you down the hall, leaving these three alone.
Nice knowing you for all of 30 seconds.
Bye.
Pulls you into an interrogation room, shackles you to a table,
That's really good.
and you see another guard there. They're identical under their armor. It's like Skyrim models. They're all the same exact set. Anyway.
Let me guess, somebody stole your sweet roll.
I love how much of Skyrim you've actually played ever since I
Dude.
got you into
I
the series.
guilty as charged.
Anyway, they look at you and say, "What's your name?"
Agate.
"Nice to meet you, Agate. I'm the good cop."
Okay.
What happened
Oh,
last night?
scheisse.
I get like the gemstone.
Yeah. Very good.
All of you can hear her answers because he forgot to close the door.
To the cell? Can I walk out? No, I'm just kidding.
That'd be a really bad guard. It's just like, wow,
He's
he
not
actually,
getting employee of the month.
he unlocked me too, forgot, and left the door open. I'm out.
Just walk out like I own the place.
Yeah.
She says, to be honest, I don't remember a lot of it. I meant to meet up with my party, but was waylaid. Ran into someone that,
Way late.
I don't know, maybe I owed money to or something. She got into it, and I got knocked out.
I felt a week ago.
And then I woke up in the cell. That's my story.
The cop that's leaning up against the wall that hasn't been talking to you, I'm calling them cops now,
Yo.
flourishes a paper out of his pocket, and he goes,
It's Tommy's paycheck.
"Your name."
Who is this Tommy man?
Your
What
name,
do I do with this?
Your name does check out. It was number 5.
I get it because it's a chick.
And he looks at you and says, "And who says you were knocked out?
I say.
By whom?
By that Easter egg right there. Goose egg, whatever the fuck.
What's Easter?
You're like, what's Easter? Damn it.
Goose egg, you know.
I know what a goose is. I have seen them. Yonk yonk.
Physical evidence for you.
And who would knock you out, fair lady?
Oh, take your pick.
What is that supposed to mean? I feel like Dr. Phil. And what does that mean?
There's
Dude,
more
I haven't
people-
seen Dr. Phil since I was 12. Like, what the hell?
There's more people who would than people who wouldn't.
What do you do for a living?
Your mother.
You hear Dionysa shout down the hall, "Your mom!" That.
I'm a sword for hire.
Does the name Septimus mean anything to you?
No.
You mean 7?
No. Decimus Meridius? Otherwise, no. The snorting is not my character, it's just me.
I'm just imagining your character's like super like straight faced and whatnot, but every once in a while just cuts loose with one, and I
The
love it.
lisp is gonna be for some other character. I thought about the lisp, but that. No.
Ooh, that'd be fun too. Anyway, I'm sorry.
They look at each other, a little bemused, then look back at you and go, "This sounds very routine. Yeah, like that's fine, but you have to tell us, like, why didn't you meet up at the Star Chaser ceremony? Like, it's a free wish of like unlimited potential. Like, why wouldn't you make more of an effort to get there? It makes no sense. Can you actually explain that, please, like right now?"
Yes, I got into a bit of a tussle with someone else who was also after the star, and it's hard for me to admit, but I lost. I lost that.
Was this before or after the star fell?
I couldn't tell you. It was bright.
Do you recall the star falling?
No.
Nice save. Because you know that interfering with other Star Chasers is very much against the law.
Ooh. I didn't start
After the
or
star
finish
fell.
it.
I do love finishing it. Anyway, please come along with me back to your cell. He unlocks you, pulls you back to the cell, looks at the rest of the 3 of you and goes, "I think we've had enough."
Oh, yeah.
Just kidding. Any other of you want to be interrogated?
Sure.
Okay, we can just do it right here.
My character just holds her.
What happened that night?
Ow.
Where's Septimus?
You see, that
Answer.
that's what the guy who knocked me out said right before being knocked out. So I have a feeling I'm about to be knocked out. I'm looking around.
It's like you look around and I'm like,
You're about to get an Easter egg in your head.
What's Easter? For God's sake. Will you please?
is this her nickname for geese?
Fertility ceremony.
Nice.
It's often celebrated by Lappets. Little bunny food. Anyway.
I don't remember what they used to call it. I mean, what they call it.
So I have to answer your question with another question. Who's the Septimus? I travel from a very far away place.
Question along that
My
line.
accent sucks.
You may interrupt.
Would any of us actually know who Septimus is?
No.
Okay.
Good question.
Go. Just curious. I didn't know. I didn't know
Almost like I'm role-playing.
Like all the real people are actually looking at each other like, did we fucking miss something? Like,
I already made a
what?
sassy retort, so probably should can it with a sassy retort.
If we just not listen to Tommy.
Retorts are my favorite dessert.
Yeah, I bet they are.
He looks at you
Yes.
And rolls some dice.
and even and then looks at your obvious confusion. Pyra, what expression are you trying to show right now?
As neutral as possible.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that RBF.
He rolled a collective 10.
It's not neutral.
Out of
12.
Or maybe it is.
oh.
He looks at the 3 of you, shows blatant, looking at the obvious confusion amongst you.
So not me, just those three.
Just those 3, because he just interrogated you. He believes you wholeheartedly, really.
Oh boy.
And he looks at the 3 of you and goes,
Oh wait, my hands are bound.
You really don't know who we're talking about, do you?
What was your first fucking clue?
The goose egg.
I thought it was an Easter egg.
What the heck is Easter?
I don't know. I'm just jumping on the
I
bandwagon.
am this
Also, I don't
close
know what
to
their
naming
bandwagon
this
is.
episode "What's Easter?" Okay, can we fucking stop?
See, now you made me want to do it more.
Anybody got
Is
a?
Easter?
Oh.
I could use a bandage.
I want to summon my new sword and cut out of these shackles so bad in front of his face. Oh my god.
Would that work?
Oh, real quick, Pyra, what ability did you get when you leveled up?
Oh,
Mana blast.
sick.
Very OP for level 2.
It's not that OP.
I feel like I'm gonna die. 20. Oh, little bub. Come here.
He's so big.
Come here.
Oh.
Hey, say hi to Jenny.
Hi. Hi.
Good night. He looks at your obvious confusion, and he backs up slowly from the bars. Kind of twiddles his thumbs a little bit, and like slowly and awkwardly like sidles to the right, away from you guys, opposite from where the interrogation room was.
Hey, where you going?
He continues anyway, realizing, they can't chase after me, and just keeps walking.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
You guys are now alone in your cell.
Hey man,
What do you do?
I was going to mental browse him as he was going to see what he was thinking.
You may
but-
try.
Okay.
You do not need a wand to do so.
Ugh. That's plus magic, right?
Yes.
Then 10. Not a great roll.
Okay.
Good thing he has the mental fortitude of a rock.
He resists due to the fact that you lost sight of him, and I will say that the stone interfered with. Shit.
Like avalanche.
Yeah.
Mm.
Right?
Oh.
Beautiful. What do you guys do in the silence of this cell?
Is a, I know his character's able to mental prowess because he's tried to do it to me.
Mm-hmm.
Are you able to unlock the shackles with your mind, or am I going to have to cut us out?
I will certainly try.
I could try to punch them.
Can I try?
Punch through metal.
Are you freaking kidding me? Damn, even worse. 9. 9!
What were you trying to do again? I'm sorry.
Just just Jedi mind trick open the shackles.
with the force. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Good night,
Can I
child.
possibly freeze them with my ice? And then...
Not your foot. Not your foot. Not you. No, you cannot undo the locks that way. You want to try to ice them.
Mm-hmm.
Would
may
you
try.
believe that mental prowess does not work on these?
Or I'll just...
I gave you a very sassy
You may
look.
just lose your mermaid dice.
Clearly you believe me.
I don't know where the...
I don't know what. Oh, and Trevor. Between Trevor and Jeff.
My 20.
I explained to the party that I think he believed me. He didn't beat me up. I was just
You have to roll it
Okay.
yourself.
kidding. And that I don't really understand what they're talking about either.
So all of you are completely in the dark. And Jenny talks to you guys as if she's like, hey, I'm willing to share information with you now.
Forgive me for asking, who the fuck are you again?
Oh.
I say again, for the first time.
Hey Tommy, just for
I
like,
explained myself again. That same dumb story that I told the guard, but
Word for word.
yeah.
okay. While they're having that conversation, can I just like comedically like in the background just be like summoning my sword and like cutting the shackles?
I will only allow you to use the sword ability in this campaign only if you activate it with a lightsaber sound every time.
Okay. I activate summon sword, which doesn't require a d20 roll, but I'm rolling it for
Okay.
confirmation.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Or
Pretty
rather,
good. I like it. I like
Yeah.
and then I go, and I'm cutting my chains off.
Cool. Give me an attack roll, please. For some reason, you guys take no interest in the fact that there's now a glowing sword in your midst, and there is a sound
It's,
on chains.
unimportant.
You're more interested in her story, even though you heard most of it down the hall. Yes, Jeff.
So
Yes,
it's-
Jeff. Agamemnon.
I've
Yes.
been called.
Jorf.
I've been called. Oh, that's so many different. I've been called Trevor 3
words
times.
lately?
I'm sorry.
All right. So I rolled a 10 plus
Just take the
plus
compliment, Jeff.
4 because my willpower is added. Half my willpower is added twice because of the summon sword ability and guided by faith.
Oh my god.
So just your willpower is added.
Yeah. Or is this a strength check? Which is also 4.
This is going to be accuracy, so
okay.
not strength.
So 14 total.
Okay, roll again.
3 plus 4 is 7.
You accidentally miss and actually harm the floor underneath you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can you keep it down? We're trying to have a conversation. Just kidding.
You suddenly feel self-conscious continuing. You have to pass a willpower check to continue.
I didn't know that
Okay.
was possible for that character.
12 plus 4, 16.
You feel suddenly that you can continue.
Okay.
Do you guys continue your conversation?
I mean, however long it took to just share the
Right.
info and get that.
Pyra, you are very aware that he is cutting through chains and are wondering why they're not interested whatsoever.
No, Tommy's interested.
Oh.
She
Jeff,
did
you cut through your chains.
Nay!
Taylor rolled for her ice, by the way.
What did you roll?
6.
You are able to freeze them, but you are not able to break them off.
Yay, one of
Damn
us is
it.
free.
Is anyone interested in escaping?
I
As
say
he stands,
quietly.
as he
I was gonna
stands
say,
up.
I
I
get
say
the feeling.
quietly.
I just walk out.
The door
Hey,
is
yo.
locked.
You want that for the rest of us, perhaps?
Oh!
Would be nice.
That would be wonderful, thank
I
you.
can-
Sure.
I don't even have any weapons.
I attack the iced ones before they cool off. No, before they warm up. 12 plus 4 is 16.
You blast through it.
Oh,
Oh, sorry.
Thank you.
Who next?
thank you.
I'm gonna do you next because I don't know you and I don't like him, so I'm gonna
That's
default to
Her. I know the head is confusing.
Don't miss.
11 plus 4 is 15. I imagine that.
With your last hit, or the third one, you alarm someone upstairs.
Okay.
Do you keep going?
Yes.
God's teeth.
I don't know what I want.
You want heals?
Oh,
or
I
not?
missed.
I punch him. Oh wait, but only if that was a serious I missed.
Yeah, he didn't roll a d20 yet.
I break Dionysia's chains with the 6 plus 4, 10.
It does not sever the chains.
Oh, damn.
Someone comes down the stairs after hearing all this clatter.
Oh, I pretend that I'm bound again. Or chained.
I
Pretend you're
attack the
chained.
chains again.
Horse.
Just gonna hold them someplace, like, away from my body.
4 plus 4 for 8.
Yeesh.
You miss.
Can I try to zap
Yeeps.
him?
Yes.
Anyone?
Aim.
Bueller.
Zip.
Bueller. So, I mean, the zap is an auto hit, right? So, just...
How much magic?
0.
No, magic?
How much magic?
6.
Oh, 6.
Okay, with 6 damage, yes. The ice... or not ice. The spell shatters the remaining links that are connecting you to the ground. Dionysia, you are allowed to stand if you so wish and smack him for missing so many times. As you rise, if you do rise, you witness a guard turning around the corner, looking into your cell, and seeing all of you stand up except for maybe you.
I pretend I'm still chained.
Oh, you see...
But I stand up with them.
looks in and looks at all of you and goes, "Oh, someone already came back and unlocked you. Good. All right. Oh, they forgot to open the door."
Yes, those silly Sandras.
Whew. All right, come on out, guys. The king will see you now.
The king.
After you.
Yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna take this and run with it. Sure, I'll go out.
Yeah, just down the hall. The stairs are right there. Just follow the stairs. It's going to lead right into the foyer.
I
I-
follow him.
Can I...
Tell
Or
everyone.
her.
That's just the waiting area.
I tell everyone to, yeah.
It's the worst.
I tell
waiting area
everyone
ever.
to wait a moment just as we're getting out of the cell
Are we waiting?
You
a
find a
moment?
tripwire. It explodes. Go on.
because how are we going to go about this? I'm going to use Mystic.
Okay.
Because I don't like how hunky-dory this guy is being all of a sudden.
Oh,
So I'm going to try and like sense motive, so to speak.
right.
Can I do the same?
We're still
Yes,
doing
you
like a
However,
4 times a
this is
day.
going to be a cunning check. He's doing his racial ability.
Totally.
Like
I was gonna...
4 times a day,
Four
or
times
we're
a
gonna
day.
assign an MP cost or what?
No.
Okay.
I may change it later, listeners, just so you know. But
Okay.
for right now, Mystic is staying
So I
the same
rolled
as
a
it was last time.
14.
Right.
You divine that based on his very relaxed presence, that something has changed about the suspicion level of you guys. He seems to be a different guard than the last two that you've seen, and seems to be more of a messenger, maybe even a neophyte guardsman. And he's been told to retrieve you guys, hence his stupidity behind not knowing that you had broken out of prison, and is guiding you towards where he's been told to tell you to go. Based on his demeanor, you suspect that you are not in active danger, but you don't know what is happening upstairs.
I'm not doing this for real.
Would you like to know more?
Nope, I'm good.
I'm not doing this for real, but it would be really funny if I was all like, guys, my foresight is telling me that this guy is leading us to a track. We should kill him.
I think it would be funny if you did, because I think most of us would just be like, cool, so the exact opposite of that.
Fine.
Guard-
I keep my secrets.
The guard is wondering why the big horsey is looking at him so long, and he's like, the stairs are over there, like I said.
I apologize, good sir. It's just the nature of the centaurs. You see, I come from a land very far away, and...
As you begin that tangent, I'm imagining the rest of the party is leaving the cell.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sorry. Clap, clap.
Dionysia,
Yeah. Yes.
you see the rest of your party leave the cell.
I follow, but I look at the guard as I walk away.
Like you are walking away and your head's like completely turned around.
Yes.
It's like somehow your head just turns around like an owl.
Horse pellets. Anyway, you guys rise out of the dungeon, and you realize quite quickly that he was telling the truth. You are in fact in a
Market.
Inside a castle.
Sorry.
You are inside of a castle or palace. You're not quite sure. None of you are native to
You mean to
Redstone.
tell me that we leave a dungeon and we're in a castle all of a sudden?
Yes,
Sorry.
that's exactly what I'm saying. Why is that surprising?
It's not a
Anyway.
castle or a palace, it's a passel.
You guys are hit
Palace.
by the oddity of the red clay brick that is all around y'all,
Adobe.
in the walls,
Ah, redstone.
in the arches. You see beautifully woven tapestries and benches, cushions, all over the place. There's even posters of like the next Star Wars movie right over there. It's like, how did he even get
How
that?
did we get to
Oh,
this?
Tommy and his crossing fandoms.
Anyway,
What is it a poster of really?
there's no posters. It's a tapestry though. The tapestries have different godly symbols on them.
Oh.
You see a lot of lightning bolts.
Do I see beside me?
Oh.
No, you do not see a trident.
Lightning bolts.
Or a conch shell. Or a horse.
Owl?
Oh.
And you're a horse. Shh, shh, shh.
Look at you girls. Now look at me. I'm on a horse.
No owls
Or look
now.
at your boyfriend. Whatever.
No owls.
Should have been
Then
an Angora horse.
I'll summon Archimedes again, just to have. You.
You guys see a small staircase. As soon as you enter this foyer, you see the main exit to your right, and then you see a small walkway leading up into another room. That the guard suddenly appears behind you going, "That's the throne room to the left. Head to the left, please."
Hey! Where did you...
I followed you up, miss. Are you alright?
Wonderful.
Good. Let's head to the left, please.
Are we in Disneyland?
Yes.
I know, right?
This is a really important question.
Not that I know where that is.
When we woke up from being knocked out,
Eh.
are we at full? Or
Yes, you are at full.
Okay.
Everyone's at full HP MP.
So I'll go down a little bit because I just summoned...
Sick.
Yes.
Jenny.
I'm
Thank
really
God.
excited
I have
to be here.
I have
so
Noah
I
summoned,
can
by the way.
relax
Even though
and-
I didn't get knocked out.
I
Yes.
get knocked out.
Good question.
Good song.
I'm not good with lyrics.
Also, in my rules, in my personal rules, whenever you level up, you heal to full.
Oh, cool.
So,
Okay.
KOTOR rules.
I need to play that again.
Huh?
I need to play that again.
Dude, me too. Loan me
Me
your
three.
Xbox.
Sure. I downloaded it on Steam.
Oh my God, you're here. You actually live here, Trevor.
You live here,
borrow your
Trevor.
shit.
You came home to us.
You came home at last, and you brought a girl home with you.
Oh, for
The prodigal
God's
son returns.
sake. Prodigal.
Praise God. not. Okay. So you got
Don't be
And
price.
the 7.
Why the old Gonson and you?
Do you guys enter the left passageway as he's guiding you there?
Yes.
Or do you attack the guard? Those are your only two
I
options.
make
I'm-
him lead the way.
I'm following to the
No
left.
reason to
Yeah.
do that yet.
He guides you
Yet.
like an usher through a concert. And he shows you through the beautiful golden archway entering into the throne room.
Golden Archways. It's McDonald's kingdom.
You enter McDonald's.
It
And
was
straight
right.
ahead of you is Ronald McDonald on his beautiful
I'm just imagining
throne.
like going into the throne room and there's just a tired looking employee just like, thank you for coming to
If I
McDonald's. I'd like to try a 6-piece McNugget.
If I was playing as myself, I would run out of that room screaming. But,
Yeah, oh god.
I can just do the 2 for 3 deal.
You see, you see the Hamburglar sitting on the throne. What have you done?
Oh my
The
god.
king himself is a giant red draconian
Oh,
that is wearing a bejeweled cape and a loincloth.
I'm not impressed.
That's all he's wearing.
I'm very impressed. If I had a...
It's swinging
Anyway.
towards the ground when
let,
he
me,
walks.
let me give you the setting.
I'm a woman, but...
Along the left
And I'm
of
a lesbian,
the
but-
along the left side of this room, there's a row of 9 women, all in a very straight line.
Now we're interested.
There's a thick green rug going from where you are standing all the way to the throne room,
Low
or
pile?
to the throne.
Low pile or high pile?
On the right side, there is a young blonde girl, and then a boy next to her. Looks to be a boy a bit taller than her, also with blonde hair. There is like a family to your right, and some like arguing men to your left. And then there's the king straight ahead of you with like a wine goblet, swirling the wine around in his goblet, kind of picking at his scales sometimes, and like looking around, looking kind of bored. And slurping.
So there's like a whole lot of hubbub. There's not like a general
Very
ceremony or anything going on right now.
Currently, no.
Okay, so it's just the audience room.
Court.
There is also a steward on the throne, on the throne's right, on the king's right. His right-hand man, you might say.
So that's where that comes from.
I'm
He looks
actually,
like the painting Scream.
I'm actually going to say out loud, like, why were we summoned here?
The king looks up at you.
Subtle.
The family looks over at you. The blonde couple looks over at you.
Oh,
4 of the wives look at you.
the arguing men look at me.
They don't, actually. They're arguing too
Fine.
much. And they look at you, and they're sort of in awe that a horse entered this throne room. They have to look closer and go, oh, he's part man.
Horses can speak common.
They can?
Nay,
Nice.
that's part of my centaur humor.
The king
You see
looks-
where I come from?
The king looks at you guys, and he smiles a little bit, and he's like, good. Come forward.
I
I go,
don't like it.
I go, clippity clop, all the way
The
to
guard,
the donut shop.
the guard that's,
Hey, that rhymes.
I know.
the guard that has been guiding you from the cell up to here jumps in front of you,
Oh.
and then takes this very, like, exaggerated formal position and, like, struts down the throne room, and then bows in front of his king, and then gestures to you 4 and says, I present to you King Narcissus.
Oh.
Blow it out your ass. You, not him.
The guard looks at you and says, okay.
It's kind of...
Okay.
He sidles away, feeling a little bit bad about himself.
Good.
King Narcissus looks down at all 4 of you, ignoring his guard, and he's like, so who are you?
Why were we summoned here? And what's all the hubbub about?
You're fun.
Jesus Christ, I don't know what I expected, but it wasn't this.
You're
Superstar.
really,
He sounds kind of like
Re-
Matt.
really fun.
Horses, or sorry,
He's a centaur.
centaurs can be very fun, and they're most fun when they know what's going on.
There's a rumor that Prince Septimus was taken away from Redstone. And you see those men over there, the arguing men, they're looking for him because Prince Septimus wasn't supposed to be here. And they need him to leave or whatever.
Okay, so I'm gathering that it would behoove us
Oh my god.
to look for Septimus, find him, and bring him back, and then we shall be rewarded.
Yo!
How much?
He calls to the side, and a young chambermaid comes up and refills his goblet. What?
How much for fetching Septimus?
Oh, I'm not giving you the job. I don't even know if Septimus is here. I haven't seen him. I don't give a fuck.
So I presume Septimus is from somewhere else.
Yeah, up north somewhere, like one of the harbor kingdom. I don't fucking know.
Not your son.
I don't have any children. Do you see me covered in eggs?
He is mighty warrior.
None of my 9 wives have given birth. Good. I'm really into women.
Are they
That's
still
true.
Who
alive?
could blame you,
Mm-hmm.
I know.
right?
Right.
Is he a warrior?
His loincloth shifts a little bit.
I asked him. I'm not looking.
What'd you say, tall girl?
I asked him.
She's
if-
6'2", by the way.
I am.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
comparable.
muscle.
Yeah, I
All
know, right?
muscle. Yeah, I thought it'd be cool if she had like a scar like all the way down her face.
Yeah.
What was your question?
I want to know just how to do
How much money you'd get for
it.
finding
No,
Septimus?
because I just said that and then
Okay.
he said the thing. How about, is he a skilled or famed warrior?
Oh,
Should
Septimus.
we know him?
He's
important.
a prince? Look, we're getting off topic here. You guys are in trouble.
Oh.
For what, might I ask?
Because you...
There it is.
They blame you. Because Septimus was on your team.
I deny it.
It's on the paper.
No. I deny the
I
blame.
checked.
Boom. Who
That's
is
been
they?
fabricated.
The men?
The 2 couriers from the northern kingdom of... I don't even remember where.
Do you think we could bring them over here to talk with us?
They can hear everything you're saying. What? We're fine here, ugly.
What did he say?
Twitch. The base of my hair.
The king looks down at you, has a surprising spurt of observation, and goes, I didn't know there was a breeze in here.
The centaur broke wind.
Gosh.
No joke. Horses' farts are
Right.
gigantic.
Oh, dude. Also, you see the tail just like.
I miss my dwarf character that I just farted all the time.
Dave?
Yeah, Dave.
Dave the dwarf?
Yeah.
That's awesome. So,
I named him after like my
If-
barely then boyfriend at the time, who's still my boyfriend, surprisingly. Anyway,
anyway.
exposition. Too
So,
much.
if I may sum up, we signed up for the Hunt for the Star. We were assigned a team. Our 4th and 5th members never showed. One very late. Another group beat us to the star, and we are blamed for the 5th member who never showed. 2 of us, 3 of us, are knocked unconscious, dragged into the dungeons, and then in front of the king, where we are told that faceless men who have never met us, nor have we met them, are blaming us for the crime. Do I have this about right?
Yeah.
Nice summary. I thought to myself.
The young blonde girl says aloud in a very meek voice, but still slightly determined, that's not fair.
I'm with her.
Alright, me
I'm
too.
with the beautiful one over there.
May I interject? May I recall what the person who summoned the gold looked like in my mind?
No, it was all shadow. You guys didn't even get a description of anyone except the large woman that I
Okay.
saw.
Then I ask King Narcissus, could you describe, or are you able to describe Prince Prince Septimus.
Hence Septimus.
Ponce Septimus.
Kill the fire.
Ponce de Leon.
What does Septimus look like?
King Narcissus stands,
And says, I don't know. So.
and he is 7 feet tall.
Oh.
And he
Just
steps
That's
down
tall.
these little miniature steps down to you, and he's pitching a slight tent. And he looks at all of you
Half chub.
and goes,
He's turned on.
"No, I can't. I've never met the boy, but I can tell you, you're making a good case for yourself."
Can
Thank you.
anyone, I gesture to the room, can anyone describe Prince Septimus to me?
"Yes," says one of the men. "He's a boy."
Now we're getting somewhere.
Yes, this is very helpful.
Mm-hmm.
How the
Right,
hell did you let a boy get away from you?
He's 12. He's not a boy. He's okay.
Kind of.
Got by your own words.
He's a young elf. He's a dark elf. Okay.
Not explaining anything.
He's young for.
Does he blend in with shadows automatically? No. Therefore, you should have been able to keep an eye
I
on
don't
him.
think so. But you look.
He big
You
man. He big
have
man.
proven alliance with him, so therefore you're the last. What? You're the last contact. So cough him up. Either you killed him, or you need to prove that you didn't. King Narcissus says, "Shut up."
Thank you.
I agree, though. I agree that, frankly, you four were the last to see him. I know you didn't see him, but you saw him. Does that make sense?
No,
No.
but continue.
I believe, and as should we all, believe in the power of the gods.
Which gods?
All of them. God. Anyway,
Guts.
are you mocking my snake heritage?
No.
Oh,
Good.
definitely.
I am
Are you accusing
being...
me of being a gorgon? Being insane. Insane.
Ha 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 ha.
Anyway,
I hate this guy now.
I believe that a test is in order.
Hold on.
I like tests.
Are you interrupting a king for real?
I am actually interrupting you because I thought of something very important. After the description about the young dark elf boy, I do recall a young dark elf near the entrance to a mine in which we went to explore to get to the star. And when we approached the cave entrance, or the mine entrance, a dark elf ran away from that area, and he headed south. And I haven't seen him since.
Question for the DM.
Cunning check. Yes?
Did that actually fucking happen?
No.
Okay.
Cunning,
Thought so.
cunning check.
Dionysia is like sitting there going like, what the hell did that happen? Like Trevor is like, okay, I'll roll
Wanted
with
to
this,
cough.
but I want to know for myself.
Bullshit. But I didn't.
A 4.
He looks at you.
Let me make it up to you by finding him.
No.
I have a direction.
No. I believe you could head south because, like, what I'm trying to tell you all, stop talking, is that you really need to help the kingdom out. And if you have good intentions, the job will be easy. And if you're lying, you'll all die. It'll be just fine. Okay?
Fine.
Does anybody in the court have anything that needs to be done that could really prove these people's worth?
For money. Primarily.
For fame?
Oh, that, yeah, I like that.
For honor?
Eh.
For glory?
Yeah.
The two men that are searching for Septimus go, they could look for the boy.
Ah!
I feel
I
like
have a
somebody else
direction.
already said
The
that.
family goes,
Foresight?
they could look into the mind creature. Like, the mines are still being hunted. Like, miners are dying every day.
Mine.
One of the wives say, you can handle the people that are being murdered in your city, my lord. Yes, Trevor?
I like
There's
her.
some shit going on here I feel we are unaware of.
I
Quite a
like
bit.
her, whoever that was who said that.
Redstone's a silly place. You should
Cities are so
That's not good,
fucked up.
Redstone. This is a silly place.
Politics, I hate it.
It's only a mole.
We were falsely accused, and now they're making us do their bitch work. This is politics.
Well, why doesn't
Hate them.
Prince Septim's own kingdom come looking for him?
Septum. I was thinking of doing that.
Everyone just stares very long at you.
I mean, if he's so important, why are a ragtag team of a...
Did you just look at my hair and say rag?
Why is a very inexperienced group of people going to find him to prove worth when really you guys are just going to wait for us to do this and potentially fail when his own kingdom can go look for him probably much more efficiently with much better gear and much better odds of finding him faster, which would increase his survival likelihood. Anyway, this isn't adding up.
The blonde boy next to the blonde girl whispers to you in a very, pompous, annoying tone, because Septimus is the only royalty of that kingdom, you fuck.
So then,
So
it's not that they want
the people
to, but
that
it was
look
worse.
up to Prince Septimus, they look up to him, right?
They have money.
This does not answer why nobody else is going to search for him. Why us? Why, if you are suspecting us of killing him, why are you sending us to find him?
Have I ever said you killed him?
And I point to the douchebags that said that 10 minutes ago.
I'm not them.
Well, he did run away.
So you do know what happened to him.
Yeah, I just said I saw him near the entrance to the mines and he ran west.
Why?
Nope.
Why?
No.
Why? Why would you say that?
But-
Why?
But if that's... okay.
I mean, south.
Oh, sorry.
I rolled
It's
4.
touched.
I'm just rolling with it.
The family that offered the whole, the miners are being killed thing, say, there is a mine down south. If he really did run south, he could be dead in a mine somewhere.
Yeah, south. Yep.
Everyone sort of looks at each other awkwardly because it's like nobody fully believes your story that there was a dark elf boy that ran away from a mine during the Star Chaser ceremony.
Neither do I. It seems really out of place.
The king looks down at all of you and says, I'm getting a headache, so do something that helps my kingdom.
Can I just fucking eeny, meeny, miny, mo between the 3 people who offered things for us to do?
If that helps. And he wanders over to a wall where there's a mirror and he stares in the mirror
Shit.
for a long time.
I haven't seen this much love in a room.
Since
Uh,
Narcissus discovered himself.
Who was the first person who spoke with options? Was that the
That
mine
was the
people?
people who wanted you guys to find Septimus, yeah.
Should we find this little prince, or should we do something else?
Keep in mind, none of you have any leads.
Oh yes, I know.
Well, I do.
No, you don't.
A made
Shut
up
up.
lead.
It's not like God came out of the clouds. It was all like, you, Centaur, don't actually have a lead, but everyone believes I have a lead.
Which god?
I believe nothing you say.
I mean, the God of the gate.
Right.
Yo,
Breaking the fourth wall.
Yes.
Tobias.
Twice.
Dark.
Well, I say that we head to the southern mine because that's where I saw him running anyway.
I will tell you.
This is about proving our worth.
Yes.
I say we track down the people who are being murdered in the city. I feel like we have a higher chance of succeeding at that than we do of finding somebody we know nothing about.
Right. I agree.
But we do know he went
We know
south.
nothing. You know that you know nothing.
And the people being murdered might be connected to where the
Pyra,
the little
which
boy
of
went.
these sub-quests, as it were, would you prefer to adventure?
Whichever one gets us out of here fastest.
Ah!
All the voice of
Ah.
pragmatism.
I also agree with this statement.
He has dismissed you, essentially, by looking at himself in the mirror, and he's getting an even bigger tent now. And,
It's like the seated Hercules.
Sorry.
yeah. And so you guys can assume that you're all able to leave if you want to,
This is very PG-13.
and decide this later on.
I immediately head for the door.
Dun, 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 dun,
Pyra
dun,
flips
dun,
off the
dun,
room
dun.
as she leaves the throne room.
Deuces!
Do any of you want to do anything else in this room before you leave the throne room?
I'll go try and get info out of the people who offered quests, just to have some kind of inkling of what to do.
Okay.
But
As you turn your back on the throne, you are bumped in the shoulder as the blonde boy is pushing the blonde girl like by the arm past you, and she accidentally bumps you, and she's like, "I'm sorry, I'm so sorry."
Does it look like she's being forced against her will?
Oh,
Hands off, pretty boy.
okay, good, because I don't like that either.
He forces her directly in front of the throne, and says loudly, "King Narcissus." Narcissus, yeah. King Narcissus does not move, but goes, Alright.
Just imagining him looking in the mirror, just going.
The boy shouts, "I have your
Our
10th
children.
wife here for you."
No.
Narcissus turns around slowly and goes, "Has she even bled yet?"
Ew.
She's beat red, by the way. Horribly embarrassed. And the boy says, "I have checked myself."
Serious?
Yes. Do you proceed to listen to this, or do you...
I leave.
Yeah, there's nothing I can do to help. Sorry, Chica.
You randomly impale a stranger, then leave.
Right.
Oh, God, that's gross.
Yeah, that is really gross.
Conflict. Oh.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna try and get that information anymore. I just
You
gotta
can
get the fuck out of
volunteer
there.
as tribute.
Yeah, I could. Yeah.
Maybe you'll get superpowers for sleeping with a draconian.
Don't like
Turn
men.
people to stone and breathe fire.
And if you roll a crit fail, you might turn into a dragon.
Okay.
3 times in a row.
Yeah, I asked him, how do I make this not happen?
Which
basically.
thing? Which it?
The girl wife thing.
Oh, how do you, like, make it so that she's not in this situation?
Right.
Okay. Verbalize your question for me,
Oh.
so I can properly respond.
Okay. I offer to, like, I don't know, do something to help her. I'm like, my freaking brain doesn't work right now.
She looks back.
Oh,
She looks back at
man.
you, afraid, but also like appreciative, but doesn't say anything. The boy turns around at you and looks like he may as well spit in your face for how much vehemence he's feeling against what you're doing. Narcissus looks towards you and goes, "Would you stand in her place?"
Oh, God. Yeah, if you want this. Oh, okay.
If you
I rolled a
want
16.
this.
I don't know why.
I don't, but I appreciate it.
Likewise. Okay.
He looks at the boy and says, "Maybe in a few years, but you're not getting anything from me, okay? You can go try to find your crown somewhere else."
Damn, I'm not here.
Can I...
Have you ever been with a horse?
Oh, God!
I'm already gone, so.
Oh, man.
I
want to, like,
left a
take
while
her
ago.
with us, but, like, we're already doing a thing, so...
Recruit!
I don't know. how it
Recruit!
works.
FNG!
Do we do that?
You can do whatever the fuck you want.
Fucking D&D!
So I'll have to- But then she might die on our quest. Better not
Probably.
do that.
That'd be hilarious.
Especially with it.
I mean...
Yeah, actually, no.
She looks to be around 14.
Jesus H. Fuck.
Yeah.
She is human.
No.
She can wield the dagger, fun.
We'll come back. Yeah.
She
Okay, we'll come
can
back.
use dagger, fuck.
Did you say Bonnie? They said bonding.
Okay.
Bonding.
Yeah, I leave.
Okay. You guys make it outside of the castle. There's an easy walkway down to the main of Redstone. You easily find your way back into the city square in which you saw all those tents and shops and market little fanfare things. You see a lot of people have packed up and left already because the star chasing ceremony has closed. There's gossip about the star not having been found this year because nobody came back to Redstone showing off, "Hey, I got this wish satisfied."
Have
So
they-
the belief is that nobody found it.
in previous years, had they come back and bragged like all over the
Yes.
place?
Or at least they made it known.
Right.
So the king came back and told his tale. Then a year passed and nobody found it. The next year, that one man who's now like a hermit came back and said, "Yeah, I found it." And then next year nobody found it. Now this is the 5th year.
Are people like legitimately talking about like how no one found it?
Yes.
Like anyone that I come across saying that, I'm like, oh no, it was found.
They blink at you and go,
Yeah, we weren't able to interfere with the people who found it because it turned out that the star was like a person, and then the person like shattered into like a billion like diamondy dust bits, and apparently granted them a wish, and then they all teleported away. It was really weird.
it's a very convenient story because you can't prove the existence of it whatsoever with it exploding into nothingness.
Well, I mean, I think the thing that you're gonna have to really accept is the fact that you believe a star can grant a wish. So if you're already willing to believe that a star can grant a wish, then why wouldn't you believe that it can explode into tiny little bits while granting the wish?
I don't want to give him props, but he has a point.
But you can believe whatever you want. I just hate hearing about false information being spread. Okay. By the way, so
There's a dark elf boy! He ran south!
yeah. Yep. I love this character. I'm having a lot of fun.
Great. Great.
Where is a tavern so I can spread this word?
Right over there.
Great.
He goes to spread the word.
You guys head to the tavern.
Spreads
Feel
it
free to
all
discuss
over
what
the
you would all like to do based
I
on
do.
all the information you've received during the first hour of this session.
I'm gonna see if someone has a sword.
You enter the tavern. I'd like to buy a sword. We have beer.
A beer sword?
Oh, did you say we could only go in the tavern? My bad.
No, I said I went to the tavern.
Okay.
You go into the tavern. Jen
I
wants to find a
announced
sword.
to the entire population in the tavern everything that we saw that night before being knocked out. Loudly and proudly.
I just quietly stand back and look at you with a little bit of newfound
Because
respect.
the reason being is
Nobody believes you.
because it's because someone told me not to spread this word. So I'm being sure I spread this word.
Ah, yes, there it is.
Sounds
That's
like someone lied to you, kiddo.
Oh.
That's unfortunate.
We also don't serve your kind here. Can you back up, please?
Oh.
It's like he starts backing up and gets spooked like a horse. And
Yeah. I guess that's kind of your loss. And then I just clip you clop right out.
You moonwalk out.
Yeah.
I want to see a horse moonwalk.
Oh my god.
I
But with
met
all four, you know, like...
I put my hoof in my mouth and I walk backwards out of there.
So what do you guys think?
A lot.
I would like to pose a question to the party.
Okay.
What's to stop us just leaving?
Yeah.
I mean, they're not sending anyone with us to escort us.
Fuck the prince.
F the police, right?
I don't give a fuck about that prince. Maybe we can go north and
So
tell them
south.
that their prince is missing because apparently they don't know. Otherwise, there'd be a group of people looking for this prince. That would actually be in the prince's best interest.
Best
I-
Prince Trist. Anyway,
Best Pinterest? Alright.
Prince Trist.
I think-
I have a very thick accent.
I think we should actually head north. I like that idea a lot.
Actually, I'm kind of with you on
And I
that one.
feel
It's
no
surprising to me.
allegiance to any of this.
Because we
So-
told them that we would go south, but we're going north.
Right.
So, pros
Oh.
to actually
So
following
far.
through with what we said is we clear whatever bullshit bounty on our heads.
Do you guys,
Cons.
do you guys feel like obligated to solving like all the murders around this city?
I probably have bounties on my head already. Like
What's the deal with
scores
you?
of them, so that I don't care about that.
Do you
at
kill
all.
for fun?
No, for money.
Oh,
I can actually respect that.
yeah.
I mean, do I want
Or
to solve these
Big
murders
healer
here?
says, I respect the killing.
yeah.
Yes. Nobody said there was a nice person.
Sometimes people just need to die.
That's true.
She's a
Do I want to
sword.
solve these murders? Yes, people should not be getting murdered.
Meh.
Do I feel particularly behot?
What are you looking at me like that for?
Do I feel bound to doing it? No, I would prefer to keep my head. Cons to not following through with what we said. If they are
We probably should
following
come back
us,
to Redstone.
that's true. If they are following us and we don't appear to be doing what we're saying we're doing,
place
they
sucks
could
anyway.
come after us.
No one believes me.
I don't trust.
Can't
them.
imagine why.
Who don't you trust?
This entire place.
So do we feel like we can get out of the country before they send someone after us.
I came
I don't think
for the star, and I intend to find out where the star went, and so I am in favor of going whatever is going to lead us toward it, or whatever. Info.
it exploded into millions, billions pieces. Like,
Oh, there's a lot of islands.
Well, we
if
can
you
at
want to look
least
for a star, we could just wait a year.
I like there's a lot of islands.
The green is where you
That's
guys
fair.
adventured through the forest and through the mine to get to the star, by the way.
What's the
and
red?
that's
The red is redstone.
Oh.
does their
The center is the palace. So
does their political reach extend much beyond that little circle you got drawn there?
redstone is the capital of this island.
Well, fuck.
They won't know. They won't recognize us.
You're right. We
The-
blend in so well.
We
The
do.
capital of Elysium is Olympia. That's over here. So it oversees everything, but of this main body of land, yeah, redstone is believed to be like the head honcho of law and
And where is the kingdom that Septimus is from?
Ah, he likes my filter.
Ah, part of the same island.
Northeast.
northeast.
Okay. Okay.
By the way, that region's area is Narn. Narn.
No.
Well, we had the Narnia.
Someone had to say it.
Yep.
Yep.
And look for some Narn roots along the way.
Oh man. Well, I'm starting.
But that's the Narn of our business.
Other Narn jokes.
Narn jokes.
Well, Narn only I wouldn't, but sometimes it's
Dear
just
Lord,
the way it happens.
could you close the door? What were you, raised in a Narn?
My God.
I was,
That Narn
because I'm a horse.
Well.
This is conducive to moving the story along.
No, it's not.
I'm starting to think we should.
Start playing with the ball of Narn.
No. Narn, you know. We should.
It's Narn your business.
I already said that one. I mean, what?
Oh, about that whole what was that puns? Thing about puns.
Pun damage.
Pun damage. Yeah.
I don't want to do anything that would tarnish our reputation right now.
Yeah,
okay?
we're gonna start dueling pun damage now. Okay, I think we should actually, now that I look at that map, probably go try to find this dude.
So,
Little
try to
man.
find him as in
Find out where he went.
go the lying south direction.
Find out where
or-
those people are being murdered.
Oh, you want to go to the southern mine that they were saying a bunch of people were being killed.
Ew.
But there's also people being killed in the city. One seems to be concentrating around miners, specifically in a mine, and there seems to be a series of killings in this.
Mine is not
Walls.
miners. You've lost me. Anyone see Galaxy Quest?
Yes.
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 I wonder if they're the miners. Oh yeah, they look like they've got to be like 5 years old. Mine is not miners. You've lost me.
Oh man.
Anyway,
Rest in peace.
Yep.
So
so
I go in the tavern and ask about these people being murdered all over there.
Okay.
So I rolled 17.
Woo!
okay, so she just walked away.
You find
I have very thin patience.
you find a table
And my character
of
does too.
3 drunk men based on
Oh.
the pints they're drinking,
Great.
but they seem to
My
be
favorite.
pretty
All over
like
again.
pretty decently under control. As you start
Right.
making questions about the killings, they look up at you and go, "You're new in town.
You should tell them that the star was an actual person and a person that billions pieces.
You have
No.
announced this already in the tavern."
I know, but it would be really
You're
funny
in there
if
with
the second
a
person.
you're in there with a bullhorn while
actually-
I'm doing
I'm
this.
not in there
actually.
anymore. I left. And it'd be so much funnier if the new person came in and said the exact same shit.
Did you guys know the star blew up with like a billion
No.
pieces? Weird.
You a Gorgon?
Yes. I say yes. I am
That's
new in
not
town.
none of your business.
I'm just passing through. Aren't most people new in town? We're all here for the star thing, or what?
That is a very good
So
point.
what kind of question is that?
What do you want to know about the killings? The last one was my wife.
Oh, the Narnage.
Will you shut the front
We
door?
really don't serve your kind here, sir.
It's like you're still poking your head in, giving Narn jokes.
A horse like
I throw a rock at the
horse
door.
through a window, just like
I want to be a part of things
okay.
too.
I know it's not be tactless, but like I just kind of ask, well, what happens? Like, what happens to them?
Some
Like,
Carnival Row shit.
any clues left
3
behind?
people have been killed. They have been displayed, and there is a message written, and butterfly wings are painted around their body.
Moth. Butterflies, not moths?
Butterflies.
Okay. Can I ask what? What does it say?
It's different for each. I only know my wife's.
What did it say?
Cheater.
I offer condolences.
Thank
Oh,
you.
You're so nice.
No, I just care about women. Thanks.
Not men. They suck.
Not really.
I mean-
no.
Men do kind of
Honestly, no. My character, not me. Well,
Yeah, no. When all three of the men at the table were like, yeah, we
kidding,
did.
I'm here with you guys. So,
Men fucking suck.
Yeah.
that's rough. I'm thinking to myself.
If it helps, I'm not sure if like you're looking into this or like you're a vigilante or something. I don't know who you are. This is a different person, by the way.
Right.
At a table. The first one happened a week ago, like just up by the northern entrance to the city.
And
Bye.
Okay, thank you. I go to the northern entrance of the city.
Well, first you see us still sitting
Right,
outside.
right,
but
that's right. So I relay this
And
to
they're
all of
listening to
you.
his puns, and they're just like, murder us now.
I do one of these, and I put it down, and I relay everything to you guys, and I say that I'd like to go check out the crime scene. I guess that's not what you call it back. Whatever the
Scene where a crime happened.
The-
Seems logical.
murder area, the north part of town. Would you like to come with me, basically?
First, is this what we're all doing?
I mean, it's just we're still in town. We just need
Yes.
to move
Yes.
north of town, like
Walk and
We're
talk.
right,
How's
right.
that?
Walking,
How's that?
talking,
Walk and talk.
walking while you're
So-
talking,
Clopping and talking.
while you're walking. I
Clopping
need
and
to stop
talking.
doing that.
Clop and talk shop.
Pun damage.
Talk shop and clop would have been way better on second thought.
Are you guys down with that, or?
Well, that's what we went to discuss.
Oh, okay.
So we have murder time, mystery party. We have the same thing in a mine, and we have get the fuck out of town. Anybody have any particular votes?
Murder time.
In city?
Yes.
That is one.
First.
I'm
before-
so ready for whatever decision you guys make.
I pull out a wheel of Narcississississ cheese and I start eating.
I'm about ready just to walk over there myself.
Randomly, there are three
We're
people
walking
that
and
come out
talking.
of the
Don't be
wall.
impatient.
There are three people that come out of the wall. They're
Oh.
called the pun police, and they attack you.
You
Great.
get knocked out and thrown
Yeah,
in jail
bring
again.
Is this for real?
Yes.
Oh my god.
What's your defense?
7.
Oh, that's a lot.
Just imagine all three of us are just standing back, just watching, like, he brought this on himself.
Gladius? That's nice.
You were hit for
Happens.
10 damage total
Why?
because puns.
How
Puns
many
hurt.
how many different attacks?
2.
2. So I was dealt 8. Suck it.
There's a pun that I want to make, but I don't want to get attacked.
I attacked the person that did the most damage to me. And if there were 2 people who did 4 damage to me each, then I'm going to attack the one on the left. On my left. And I'm attacking them with my summon sword.
You're
For a 10 plus 4 for 14.
Hit.
Jetty, did
Great.
you hear it
Yes.
I do
I
5
was
plus 8. So 13.
You do 13 damage.
too? You're 13. It's actually a lot of damage for fucking level 2.
Does anybody else join in on this fight? It's really happening.
What?
No.
Yeah.
Hit him in the narnicles.
Nope, never mind. Change my mind.
Who's gonna heal him?
Nards.
Wait, who's the healer? Okay.
You were
Oh yeah,
hit
I got
for
power
8.
over life.
Did you already do the
2 different
subtraction?
totals.
2 different totals. So 6. Great. I'm at 5. I'm feeling so frisky about this. I attacked the same person that I already attacked. Hiya for 6 plus 4 for 10.
It hits.
And I do 10 damage.
You
Does a
kill
lot of
the
damage.
pun policeman.
What's with the other 2 pun
They
damage do?
they emotionlessly look at you because they're wearing masks with no faces.
Okay.
I guess I help.
Anybody else jump in on this?
I help. Why the fuck not?
Nope. Mm-mm.
You can attack.
Okay. I hit one of them in the head.
With what?
My fist.
Perfect.
Cold shot. 11.
It hits. You may
Plus
punch
3.
again because you're using fists.
Oh, okay.
Punchy.
14.
You hit twice. What is your strength, dex, and cunning?
6.
6 total?
Mm-hmm.
You deal 12 damage to one of them.
I'll zap one of them too.
Beautiful. How much is that? 6? Do you deal the damage? 6.
See what
Do you
you
zap the
brought?
damage one or not?
Honest?
No.
Why have you
No.
done this? I can't believe you've done this.
I can't believe you've done this.
The pun policeman looks suddenly ganged up on, and they stomp their feet
I
all dejected like and really frustrated, and they attack wildly. One hits you. 4 damage.
Can't believe you've done this.
Jenny has the highest dex. We actually have a character with dex.
I
Please
do.
go ahead.
That's funny. Hey, you have initiative.
Yeah. I'd like to try to do my character thing. Why didn't I write that up there? I thought I did.
Do
Oh,
your character
the
thing?
the Flash Gorgon.
Yeah, Flash Gorgon. Ah.
That'd be helpful.
You brought this on yourself.
That, by the way, was
To-
courtesy of Cameron.
Thank
That was
you,
her naming. Yeah.
Cameron. To one of the pun police, maybe the one with the most damage.
Mhm.
13 plus 3.
You succeed. He is petrified and actually, is running towards you, about to attack you again, and freezes. The other one immediately sees that you are a Gorgon
Oh.
and focuses on you.
I snake weight off. Fuck.
Jeff.
Can't do
So
that.
the person that is suddenly focusing, the friend that's helping me, is that person at full health or
Ooh,
does I
friend's
attack
a
them?
strong word.
They have damage. Both of them have damage.
Both of them. Okay. Well, guess what? You're getting smited.
Mm.
He's very smitten with you.
Smite
11 plus 4 is
you, mighty
15.
smiter.
Great. So that's going to be 6 and okay. 6 plus 8. That seems underwhelming, but that's right. It's 14.
He dies.
No, it's not 14.
He dies anyway.
It's 4 more. It's 18.
He dies even more.
Great.
He dies even
He falls
more.
apart at the seams.
I deal 18 holy damage to him.
Beautiful.
Ah.
Trevor, do you do anything?
I'll begrudgingly heal.
Wah. But who are you healing?
The one that got the shit kicked out
The
of
pun
him.
police.
The guy that's petrified, obviously.
Just cure the petrification and watch him keep fighting.
It doesn't cure petrification.
Well, not for lack of trying.
Cast
Not with that attitude, it doesn't.
Cast life on another one.
4 plus. Heal for 9.
Thank you.
Pyra.
Thank you.
There's one up, and it's petrified. Sorry, it's flashed.
How long does petrification last?
Flash
One turn.
Gorgon approaches.
Tommy, question on that, by the way, since I have that ability too. It says turn single target into stone for 1 turn. Target is numb during this effect. If ability fails, target is feared. So is that... Oh, because Jenny rolled a D20 check. Thank you.
Enemy
Oops, sorry.
must be same level in
Zap
size
again.
or under.
It dies.
He's numb during that time. That's great.
It's got none.
I wrote a little LOL next to Flash Gordon.
Dude, we could use that numb effect, like, really, really... Like,
Especially with 2
really
of us.
good.
Hold your horses.
All of you receive 125 XP for this surprise attack.
Yes.
Jeff, take an additional 50 XP for escaping from prison earlier.
What?
And all of you take 100 XP for talking to a king
Oh, thank you.
and making it out alive.
Well, you just put me to 825. I'm very happy.
Cool.
750.
Right.
270.
Murder party.
Yeah, no, I got the least experience.
Who's in it for murder party?
Tommy doesn't like me enough to get the extra XP. I'm just kidding.
Take 5 XP because I love you.
I won't take your pity XP.
That's sweet.
Take away 5 for not taking it.
Okay, cool. That balances.
Narn it.
As you guys, another policeman comes up. They rise from the grave.
Oh god.
As you look closer at these random pun policemen, You see that they're actually made of material, a material akin to dolls.
Can I
That's
loot
not
it? I need a
creepy.
head wrap.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
You take yarn for a head wrap, or
Take Narn.
belt, or something.
Let's tie back.
I
my-
need to do a society
Lost.
roll to see if
Oh,
anybody
okay.
saw you be a gorgon.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Do I have any bonuses? I have a strength intimidation check.
Nobody was observing you close enough to actually tell if you're a Golden or not.
Excellent.
They just thought the guy froze because he was just so afraid.
So these guys are just dolls.
Yeah. Animated dolls.
That's really
What
cute.
in Narn Nation?
Keep going, I dare you.
Voodoo? Stop
Instant
it.
character death.
God,
A
okay.
pun dragon appears.
It's like this fucking that happens. Genius is just like,
It's okay. It's just a doll, you guys. It's a big giant dragon doll.
It breathes fire on you.
yeah.
Oh god.
It's okay. It's just like fabric fire.
like that kind of plasticky.
Oh, man.
The guy just kind of like tickles you.
yeah.
All
You
right.
find 3 daggers on them.
Oh.
Give it to the girl.
Dagger.
Come with us.
Do you want daggers with which to stab?
And you have a total of 6 gold pieces, 2 from each of them.
Oh.
They were their eyes.
I mean,
Yeah, it's septums
it's all
and
you
those.
guys.
I can't seem to make you smile tonight, and I'm very sad about that. Anyway.
What? Is there
I'm so
like,
sorry.
They're like
So happy.
1d4
Does this
daggers?
help?
What?
1d4 daggers?
Uh, Yes.
Okay, I'll have one of those, I guess.
Okay.
And it's strength or finesse for finesse for daggers in this game, right?
We're talking about Fern?
Fern Gully.
Furness?
Strength or cunning.
Strength of cunning.
Or strength and cunning, rather. But yeah.
Pants.
Da.
Do you guys proceed to the murder site?
I'm
Yes.
gonna pocket the 6 gold because I feel I deserve
Go
it.
ahead and go
for
for
it.
it, man.
No, we never finished voting.
It's true.
You just jumped randomly.
Yeah.
Nobody
weird.
helped you.
So we had 1 vote for the murders thing. Just full disclosure.
And I can go and come back if y'all
Lyra,
not want
do you have a predilection? I know you said you wanted to do something.
I feel like at some point we need to go after. I want to look into the prince because he seems connected in some way to the star. But if we have to do a little good first, then so be it.
So begrudging.
Oh. Hi, guys.
Trevor,
No.
what was your vote?
I have not voted yet.
Okay.
I would like to vote for GTFO. However, the whole reason why I came here is because... So don't look at me the way you're going to look at me when I say I came from a very far away place. And I came here to travel to see new parts of the world.
Right.
I'm being honest with you for once.
Mm-hmm. You can actually feel his honesty.
Yeah.
Actually, I could.
And when I heard about the star granting wish, it really appealed to me because, boy, would I like to wish back my centaur home. That'd be cool.
None of you know what he's talking about.
Oh, by the way, and I explained the centaur lore about how there was an island in the northwestern part of the world that was just, like, totally wiped out, and no one knows, and it's like a big mystery, and I want to wish that back. So anyway,
Jenny, Trevor, and Taylor, give me d20s, please.
Shit. Sucks.
2.
6.
1.
Trevor, you look at him and go, there's no island there. There's just Albion.
There's no island there. There's just Albion.
Albion is a gigantic, believed whirlpool where all criminals are thrown into to die.
That.
right. Yeah, that's what it became. You see, there used to be,
Oh.
and you're not going to believe me, so I don't know why I'm wasting my time. But by golly, would I like to have my home back, or my centaur homeland back. I wasn't really raised there, but my ancestry dates back there. I came from the northeastern island, which is where the centaurs, I don't know, migrated to.
Ended up.
Ended up. It's a good word for it. So, Yeah, now that I've witnessed that the star has blown up into millions, billions of pieces because it was actually like a person that was the star, and then they're gone, and then everyone who made it to that star first, they're gone. I don't think we're going to be able to get that wish or find out much about the star.
No.
And while I think that the prince might be connected in some way, because I didn't see him move south. Yeah, I know, shocking. Hey, I was trying to think of something inside. Anyway, so yeah, I don't really know what the prince could even do for us in that regard. I mean, he might know something about the star, but then again, we might not even be able to find him. Maybe the people up north in Narn already found him, and maybe
Straight up forgot it was called Narn. I thought you were making another pun.
No, and maybe they like absconded with him before the ceremony even started, and took him back, and we're just gonna be looking for no reason. And then maybe if we GTFO to the northeast, maybe when we get to Narn, we'll just be like, oh hey, the prince is back, and it'll be all happy hunky dory.
Yes, that's how it works.
Maybe.
All right.
But yeah, there are murders going on here, and that kind of sucks too. But, I mean, I'm not a part of that at all. And to be honest, the king doesn't really give a crap about his people, which I find weird, and I think he should be overthrown. But that's a whole separate story.
There's a lot to unpack here.
Trevor, what do you think?
I have a lot going on in my head.
Yeah.
I noticed.
Do you want to...
I feel like everyone's just like staring at me like, oh.
Oh God.
You're talking a lot. So my vote's GTFO.
Okay, now there's two people at the core of what I'm hearing from Pyra and Agamemnon is that what you really want is to find the people who took the star first. Yeah? To find some way to like get a wish for your own.
Right, and my character thinks it's all connected somehow, but doesn't know how. He's thinking of it as like a puzzle.
You know who's shifty as fuck to
to
me?
solve.
The people who are trying to blame us for Septimus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think the best way to get back at them, not get back at it, get back to them, because they know something, is to get back in the good graces of the king. So I vote we do the murders here.
I like your thinking. I hadn't even
And then
thought of that.
because who knows how long it's going to take to get to Narn.
Big government.
And if
big
something is going to
problem.
happen to Septimus in the meantime, I think this will be faster, get us directly to them.
Well, if gaining favoritism comes at the cost of doing something good about people that I'm not related to, anyway, so be it.
But you see, if it's a sequence killer or killers, it could be any one of us next. So there's that. Doesn't affect you now, but
And don't worry, at the core of it, what we're doing is still self-centered.
that's fucking right.
You're damn right.
All right.
I love that that's
This
the
is
thing that
great.
broke you.
That's great.
We're doing all these good things, but for our own gain.
Exactly. Don't worry, in the end, it's still about us.
Rest assured, we are still assholes.
Exactly.
We're just making people think that we're
If we
not
weren't
assholes.
assholes, we wouldn't be D&D characters.
My alignment is chaotic neutral.
Our alignment is
You're not
chaotic
supposed to
murder.
Oh, I'm not? Okay.
I clippity clop all the way to the
Unless
donut
it's
shop
a surprise,
and
it's
announce
not a
my chaotic
surprise.
neutral heritage, my upbringing,
Hey.
and my philosophy in life.
They say hi to you and offer a maple glaze.
I actually
Oh,
didn't
nice.
know
You know,
that.
maple glaze tastes a lot better when you're chaotic, am I right?
Will you shut up? I am a little
Would you like
rusty.
bacon on that?
Only the neutral type, please.
It's uncooked bacon.
I actually
Waffle
already.
bacon would be cooked.
Yeah.
Chaotic bacon would have sprinkles on it too. Like, what the fuck is this?
I like take out my
Heresy.
beef jerky and I crumble it up on top of the maple glaze and I eat it because I have beef jerky still. And I'm
Alright.
eating it.
You do all that.
Yeah.
So,
The DM is
No.
eating ice cream.
north to the gates then? Is that what you're thinking?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
As you guys make it to the north.
Sorry that took so long.
It's okay.
No, that was really interesting. Actually, that's sad. That reminds me
I
of my
really
last
want to
character.
ask Trevor a question though.
Oh.
When
Oh,
was the
ask
last
him.
time you saw Sherlock?
Oh God.
I'm just wondering because you really
2 or 3 years ago. I
you
don't know.
really hit on a point that took pretty critical thought. So
Deductive
I like it.
reasoning?
Anyway,
Thanks.
you guys make it to the northern gates,
How about the person who's asked who's Septimus?
and it's
All the
relatively
dicks
You're
just waving.
Watson.
it's
smacking each other
relatively
around.
easy to find out which house this occurred in because people seem to be avoiding it, like blatantly turning
Dark
away
mark.
from it, even maybe like looking at it solemnly, shaking their head, and then just walking away. There's no guards keeping it like stay away from here or anything like that. But the door is ajar, not literally, but the door is open. And
I went there too. I went there too.
I
I was like, I thought it was a door.
And so you guys are freely able to walk in if you wish to.
No,
It-
I've heard about this before. We
The
should
entire house is not a mimic. Don't worry.
no, but like we shouldn't just like we shouldn't just like walk up when someone's front door is opened. Okay, like we have to announce that we're Fort Worth police first.
I check for traps.
What?
There are no traps that you can
Forget it.
that you can see.
Relevant news topic. Hilarious. I know.
Oh. My brain jumped to Fort Bragg for some reason, and I got very confused.
I missed it. I'm so sorry. And usually
Okay.
I try to pay attention.
In a nutshell, I was
Usually.
making light of the whole Fort Worth police killing.
I'm glad I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
Not that I.
Is there evidence anywhere outside the house of one of these
You looking at
marks
appropriate
left
things.
behind?
No.
One. Wait. What was the name of that?
So, you know how, I guess, well, you said you told the party about everything you heard
Yes.
and saw,
Yeah.
right? Okay, I was trying to remember. Thank you. How the bodies were, like, displayed in position.
Mm-hmm.
Is there evidence of that
On the outside, no.
anywhere nearby in this
There's
vicinity?
definitely evidence of wagon wheels or chariot wheels being going back and forth or like up to the front door and then away because they've obviously been
Just rode the
moving
chariot
stuff.
inside.
They've been moving stuff around about the house or maybe from the inside outside. So this happened a week ago. So the crime scene has already been investigated.
We're at the scene of the first crime.
Yes.
Gotcha. Have all the crimes been happening in the same general area?
Yes. If you so wish to try to find crime scene 2 or 3, you can potentially ask a guard or a commoner and try to find out. That is available to you, yes.
My first instinct is to question people around. What do you think?
That's a very good idea.
Right. This was the one where it said cheater, right? Or cheat.
That was the most recent one. That
number
was
3.
kill number 3.
Okay.
This
was
one
the
you don't
first
know
one.
anything about. This you were just told this is where the first one happened.
Do I see anything written? anywhere?
You guys are still outside, so no.
Oh, can I go inside it?
If you make your way up to the front door, you are able to peek inside and nobody stops you. If anything, people are like surprised that you go up there and they're just like, she must be really brave. I really respect her
She's
and her bravery.
Don't stroke her ego, please.
I like
Don't
to
stroke
stroke
her
her
ego.
scales.
No.
Anyway,
Thank you.
you see that there's obviously been an effort to scrub away something on the floor. Like it's like the very middle of the floor in this living area is very clean compared to the rest of the house, which is still decently like commonly dusty. It looks like something was pegged in the wall. There's just the ghost of marks of blood on the wall. Nothing on the floor, but a lot of furniture has been scooted like aside, making a very prominent something had happened here in the middle.
Okay.
But that's all that's obvious.
Can't make out what it says.
No.
Okay.
I am going to use.
Do that mystic shit.
I'm going to use my mystic ability to see if I can read what it said in the past.
Oh.
Ooh, I like.
With a 17.
Oh.
You walk in, and you go
Clickety
to the
clock.
very middle of this clean area, and it's like you're seeing a recording around you. You're getting it very clearly. Somebody was attacked very quickly and directly and simply, but probably by like a single blow, like a dagger or an arrow or a poison even, something very small that killed this person. And you can tell by a few splot marks on the ground that were not cleaned up. that were evidence of minimal blood. The peg in the wall shows that they were held in some way by a nail up against the wall, and by evidence of the remaining streaks on the wall from the cleaned off blood, whatever was written there was written in blood, and you can guess or surmise that it wrote. What was the word I was thinking?
Like you had a good one.
I don't remember it, but I'm gonna say liar or crook.
Somebody's the moral police.
Vigilantism? I'm not in there.
So a word that's not liar or crook.
No,
but
it
means liar or crook.
Yes. Yeah.
So like a fancy word for liar. I'm just
My
trying to
brain
think
went
what it
like
actually says.
deceiver, and I'm like, that's
Yeah.
kind of lame.
Charlatan.
It's a good one. Fucking damn! Now I want to know what the other
Yeah.
word was too.
All right.
Let's
Look
go
up
talk to
synonyms for liar.
I'm going to inform.
Look up
the
synonyms. Look up cinnamon rolls for crook.
You informed the party.
I do. Foresight, or rather,
Racketeer.
previous sight. Pre-sight. What's?
Foresight.
No, it's foresight for like the future, right?
Yeah.
Swindler. That was
Swindler.
It. Swindler.
Swindler.
Nice. Swindler. Nice. So somebody was cheating at cards. So to blave. What would that be? Like post sight? Because it's happening after the fact.
My post.
After sight.
Hindsight.
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 Duh.
Yeah.
Wow. Thank you, Jenny.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Wow.
I can't believe I didn't think of that. Hind and for, yeah. Hindsight is my hindsight is telling me that the word that was written in blood was swindler, and they were nailed to the wall. And they were killed cleanly and in one blow.
Did we go in?
Everyone give me a D20 cunning check, please, based on this information.
Sure.
No kidding. 19. That's the third one.
12.
So far.
Jenny. Agate? Is that your name? Okay. Agate deduces that with the swindler line and the nail going through theoretically hands above the head, they had... Yes.
What?
Cheating at cards.
Oh.
That the swindling happened... There was focus was something done with their hands. There is a gambling hall in Redstone.
Shall we go to the gambling hall?
I
Well,
would
let's
prefer you
let's
first.
look at the rest of this house.
Okay.
And then I would like to go to crime scene number 2 and crime scene number 3 to see if there
Does
is
the
a
victim
recurring
have any
theme.
valuables?
You don't see anything of worth or note or not even any chests in
I
here.
should have asked that.
It actually looks deliberately picked clean.
Yeah. Figured it happened a week ago.
Yeah,
Well,
with it just being wide open.
Clippity cloppity to the gamble holiday.
I would prefer to go to the next crime scene before we go to the gambling hall.
I think that's... Yes. That's what
Well,
I'd
if we
like
gotta
to
solve
do.
one at a time.
What if they are all connected? And the gambling hall is just where this one pissed somebody off.
Excuse me, sorry.
Okay.
There's a young boy across the street that is watching you guys do what you do, very confused. For some reason, I'm imagining him playing with a monocle. So he's playing with a monocle, and he's watching you guys. And he's
But it doesn't
like,
have a lens in it.
Yeah, he's like, "What are you doing?"
That's actually a very
Young
good thing to
Theodore
do.
Roosevelt.
Yeah,
watches
just found it on the
this.
ground.
And he happily tells you where murder number 2 happens,
Happily?
and would even enjoy guiding you there for 5
Who's
gold.
with this true crime? finesse?
4.
1 silver, kid.
Oh.
I give him all 5 gold pieces, and I say, thank you very much for the information. Anything that you can
Somebody
give to us
doesn't know how to
would
haggle.
be wonderful.
That is so gracious. Oh.
He happily takes the 5, shocked that that worked, and then says, "Oh, yeah, right away. Oh, let's over there." And he runs over to the west, and he shows you to a even bigger house. It's 2-story, and the door is shut this time, and it looks like there are people inside.
Any evidence of guards or anything outside? Or not evidence. Are there guards outside?
No.
Oh, I look at everybody else. Are you going to stop me?
I knock.
No.
Fine, you beat me
Oh,
to it.
no.
Dionysia goes really
I'm like-
slow for
Like
some
looking, you
reason.
just walk up and like,
That doesn't sound like my character, though.
just like like my hand like right here like.
Subtle as a rock.
My head goes in front of the window and goes, nay.
Nay there.
Shove
The
your
door
head away.
opens, and
Oh.
it's a female Tengu,
Oh.
and she looks at you, and she has very bleary eyes, as if she's been crying.
I don't eat her.
Call back. It's an old game. She ate a Tengu to get
A
rid of
really
the crime
weird
scene.
character.
She ate multiple Tengus
Ate two of
after
them.
roasting them first. She
Fucking
lit them
metal
all
fuck,
on
dude.
fire and then ate their corpses.
That was a draconian.
The Tengu says,
Only
in a
you
residential area.
"May I help you?" She's speaking in a tone as if she's been intruded upon multiple times.
Oh.
I apologize for stepping into your private business. We are attempting to look into these horrible outcomes and hoping to find some resolution. I know it is difficult, but if you could, please, any information would help us put an end
My
to this.
good-for-nothing husband was murdered in the gambling hall. His body was dragged here and displayed on my bed. He was skewered through the feet, the ankles, the wrists, and the hands, and his head, for me to find.
Was there a word next to him?
Traitor.
Thank you. I cannot relay that to anybody who didn't hear it.
She closes the door without another word. I want all of you, for your good investigation skills, to take... you've gone to 2 houses. But more
250
investigating...
XP.
more investigating last time. So 50 for the first one. Let's do 25 for this one. So 75 total.
You're getting close to dinging, aren't you, Jeff?
I got 900 now.
Hell yeah.
I have 300.
Alright, it appears
It's a
that
bad
I
movie.
was overly cautious and it perhaps is the gambling
For
hall
some.
that is the common denominator.
Well, I mean, we got the third one.
We may as well just go.
I agree. Alright,
We're on a roll.
is that little boy still around?
Yes.
Yeah.
Little Teddy.
Another gold. And tell us where the third one was?
Show us where the third one is.
Thank you.
He just goes and kills another person. Like,
No, please.
The little boy's the murderer.
Explain the creepy ass mark.
My name's Stuart. I'm from District 12. Alright.
I mean, I don't know what you're talking about small little boys named Stewie.
Alright. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
you go
Are
with
you guys
me.
heading to the gambling hall or murder number 3?
I wanted to see if little boy would take us to murder number 3
He will, for 6 gold.
for 1 gold. That is 6 total.
And
yeah, 6 gold.
He looks shocked at this logic.
Tink! 1 gold.
Okay.
3 gold. 3 gold for each of them.
And so he
We had to
looks a
plan the whole
little bit.
time.
He looks a little confused, but he's like he's still guiding you towards house number 3 as he's calculating how he got tricked, and then he guides you down an alley in between obviously very lower quality living. The houses are very slammed up against each other, very thin houses that theoretically go deep. The streets are very dark and muddy. And he guides you to, I'm going to say, the 13th house in. And he points to the one on the right and says, "Good luck." And he just walks away this time.
That wasn't creepy at all.
Ominous.
Good luck about what? Could you specify?
He disappeared into the wind.
Creepy.
He was
Creepy.
Eros, god of winds.
Well, we just gave arrows to God of Wind 6 gold.
Motherfucker doesn't need any money.
What kind of winds?
It's like you see Angor's tail just again.
I walked right into that one.
Literally.
The house is dark and full of terrors. The door is also closed.
Dark winds, dark words.
Again, any evidence of people out and about right now? outside of
Actually,
it or
this
inside of it?
this street is very vacant. So it's actually a bit eerily quiet.
Strange things are afoot at the Circle K.
Hold me.
No.
Rufus.
I sit down and quiver.
Can you not quiver?
You hold the horse. Come on, just say it.
Yeah, I'll hold his hand.
Thank you.
No.
No, the-
Requires
He has
bending over.
hands.
It's like it's just like up like this, and you gotta like, cause you're so tall, it's like your arms down.
He has 2 hooves and 4 hands.
Oh, why would you put that cursed image in my brain?
I just slap the ground as I walk.
You punch people, you just hear it's like the exact sound of clopping hooves somehow when you punch things.
You also got like
When I knock on the door, it's like...
You got like 7 fingers on both hands. And like eye stalks.
What?
That is either a very obscure reference or you're on something that I want to be on.
No. I'm just
Alright, guys.
showing my age.
Alright. Start heading cautiously towards the house. So I got the GBHeebies.
No. You first.
I'll go first.
Thank you.
Mage light. Is it dark?
Yes.
I rolled a
Mage
16
light.
before I go first.
You open the door, and the door falls in on itself. There is a loud bang as it shuts onto itself on the ground, and actually leaves a dent in the weakened wood underneath.
It's like you just wanted to knock on it, it just fell like that.
And there is a distinct smell of blood in the air.
Fresh.
I continue into the house.
You enter the house, and there is a staircase immediately on your left. Inside, there is very limited furniture, cheap, wooden, non-padded, but nobody is about, and there are dust motes in the air.
Any magical sense?
Give me a d20.
14 plus 5 is 19.
There is a... No, I'm going to say non-obvious, but you're suspecting that there may have been a magical presence here at some point, but you can't quite tell.
Any eyeline on blood?
No.
So stair going up, stair going down. You
Upstairs.
said blood. Upstairs.
I'm going up the stairs.
Subtly.
I am not a sneaky person this time. So
Are frickin' Frack following us as well?
my brothers?
Quietly.
As you head upstairs and you barely fit.
I'm actually sitting in the middle of the room
Barely
on the first floor.
Okay.
Are your
I'm
boobs
scared.
crossed?
As you make your way
I form.
upstairs, there is a prominent sound of creaking wood.
Don't worry about it.
Taylor, I'm so sorry. Anyway,
I hate you.
no, don't hate me. Love me.
Don't hate me.
Love me, love me.
Fool me. Fool me.
You guys
I
find
don't care about
no
it.
door at the top leading into a room. It just sort of opens up into a room that was obviously a bedroom based on the double bed. There is a body in the middle of the floor, and all around it is blackened blood with age that is very finely painted into little butterflies all over this naked female body. It's just sort of thrown there. It's not like actually put into any specific position. And there is the word cheater above her head.
So the husband knew that his wife had been killed and that she had been left here with the word cheater, and he just left her here to go drink. Great husband.
I wouldn't want to touch that.
Yeah, I can't refute that part of the logic, I suppose.
Swindler, traitor, cheater.
Somebody that doesn't like gambling. Or
And
doesn't like,
butterflies.
or doesn't like losing at gambling. Is there any other...
With my healer knowledge, I'd like to inspect the body for the fatal wound.
Are you mocking me?
No. That's just my standard
Actually,
voice.
Give me a d20.
Am I adding anything to that?
No, because you have no cutting.
Fair deal. 14.
14.
It's almost an nat 20.
You can see that there is blatantly there's clearly no injuries along the arms, the legs, the belly, even the heart, but there is a gouging hole in her neck that is not obvious unless you touch the body.
Yeah, oh yeah, I would. Not the first time I've seen the body.
Wait, say that again?
I would absolutely inspect
So then,
thoroughly enough.
as you move her onto her back and then like lift up to see the hole, you see that it is big enough to fit a decent-sized arrow through it. Yes. As you touch the body, there is a presence that passes through you and out the back of you.
Uh-oh.
And Pyra and
Agate.
Agate. Dang it.
That's okay.
So close.
What's my
Almost
name,
said
Tommy?
Agate. Agamemnon. And so
That warm
you
over.
see
It's
a
not.
spirit come
Good.
out of the body through Trevor and just manifest behind him. It looks pissed.
And it looks like the woman.
Yes.
Yeah.
And has like an orangish hue on it. And is raising a hand behind Trevor.
Would it? Because I felt it go through me.
Yes.
Hmm?
Yes.
This is...
You look behind you and you see this very furious looking human with not much like detail on her body, just sort of wispy below the neck, but still a prominent arm, like reaching up as if to scratch your face.
And I just say, I'm sorry this happened to you.
She hesitates long enough for you to do another action.
We're going to find who did this.
Exact same roll. She lowers her arm slightly, but not quite dropping the face. Oh my God. What do I have her say?
This is a spirit.
This is a ghost.
I can talk if that makes it easier for you. Not like for her SDVs, yeah, I mean.
What do I have the spirit say to you? She whispers the name of the killer to you.
Oh.
King Narcissus.
Yeah, right? He's just out there with a huge longbow that he's using as like a sniper rifle, like, oh.
It wasn't the arrow that pierced her throat.
Ah! It was his Schwanzstücke.
Ew. 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 Okay.
Yeah, I thought I heard that game.
Mm-hmm.
His name is Pilot.
Oh.
He probably doesn't even fly anything.
Probably hasn't even condemned anybody today.
Was
Oh, you're good.
the gambling hall?
She looks at you, and doesn't really gesture with like a nod, or doesn't answer with a voice, but she looks at you long enough to get the feeling of an affirmation as she wisps away.
We'll put an end to it.
Give me 100 XP for that great exchange.
That was nice.
Trevor tried something non-violent.
Jeff, you lose 50 XP for being a coward. And
Oh,
so kidding. I'm so kidding.
That's an alignment issue.
I was just scared. I don't like ghosts. That's why I do extra damage to ghosts.
What do
Yeah,
you all
if
do?
he was scared, that made sense. This is...
What do you all do?
I want to go find Pontius Pilate.
oh.
Not Pontius Pilate.
Dang it! Wrong mythology game.
Yeah, wrong mythology.
Still, though.
Darn it.
If I happen to note or remember whose symbol butterflies are, do I tell the team or not?
Give me a D20 lore check.
Okay.
And that's also your decision to make if you do remember.
15.
You have a suspicion that is the symbol of some god of death.
Okay.
Just for grins, can I try?
Yes.
I know who
Probably
it is.
not gonna go.
I looked.
so
I
well.
looked. I just.
18!
It is Thanatos.
Okay.
I was gonna say, can I say who it is?
Me
No.
too. Because like I
'Cause your
read,
character
I
has to
read
know
my
it.
I
thing.
know.
My character doesn't know any of
I
that.
was reading my notes.
Yes, butterflies are the symbol of Thanatos.
That's
We
really
found that out
interesting.
when you were gonna...
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why it sounded familiar.
I just
Um,
some of them I do know.
did the Spectre still there?
No.
Okay, and I'm game for. Well, if the eyes aren't already closed, I'll and kind of put her arms in repose. Find a
I
blanket
put
to cover her
coins
and
on
then
her
leave.
eyes.
There is
Nice.
still a blanket on the bed that you can pull and cover her with, and it does occur to you, why the hell has this not been cleaned up if this was recently done? Like, why aren't guards in here investigating this? It makes no sense.
She was a
Mhm.
woman.
The first one was a woman too. Actually, I'm sorry. No, it wasn't. They were both men. You're right. Sexism in Redstone.
Nobody saw that coming.
Greece. No, I shouldn't insult any Greek people. That's not
No,
fair.
we'll insult your fictitious douchebag king.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
He probably doesn't even give them good maternity leave. Ass.
Probably.
Do you guys make your way?
Yeah, I expelled
To the
2
gambling
of my
hall.
coins for her eyes.
Cool. Thank you.
There we go.
I'll collect Angor on the way out, and then it's only once we're all outside the house that I'll tell him what we all saw. Hello.
And as we're going down, I'll probably like
Dionysia.
Dionysia, probably like just come close a little bit and like, how are you feeling? After,
Yeah.
being impaled by a spirit.
That was weird.
Cold.
You look like you've handled that before, have you? No.
No, I was my asshole is clenched so tight.
Do you actually say that? Because that's great.
You could shove a lump of coal up there and I would shit you a diamond.
I'm not going to do that.
Thank you.
That is.
Thank
I'll
you.
keep that in the back of my mind.
Can I have
I
some
want to
water?
end this.
Thank
That's all I want.
Cool.
So,
Epic character development tonight.
gambling
guys.
house,
Yes.
pilot
Let's
is the one we were looking for.
go find out what they do there.
Hmm.
Any description of pilot?
Just that one word.
So we're gonna go into this place and say, anyone named Pilot?
No, did you use your foresight?
I could.
Good. Let's say foresight, plan A. Plan B.
But you
We do
read
a
their
little-
minds.
punch.
Plan B is read minds.
Oh, okay. Who
Plan
does that?
3. Plan 3.
And
Because I went A, B, 3.
Cool.
Plan C, 3. Theo.
1, 2, C.
Yes.
Fire.
Don't fuck with my head.
Burn the whole place down.
Pretend to be a
I thought
god.
about doing that to the house as like a fire, but I don't have that ability.
When in doubt, impersonate other people's gods.
Yep. Plan C is do a little gambling, see if we find it the
Thanks,
old-fashioned
Tommy, for
way.
the shout out.
You make your way to the gambling hall. You are forced to pass by the walkway going up to the palace or castle as you're making your way to the gambling hall.
Shit.
And as you're passing by, you actually see the blonde boy
I flip him off.
and the blonde girl next to him, and they're talking to the steward at the base of the stairs. And as you're passing by and flip him off, none of them look at you. Actually, the girl does. The girl looks at you almost pleadingly, like, "Please help."
You don't see
And
that?
not in an urgent, like, actually help me way, but like she looks at you like sort of hopefully, like she liked you guys. The steward you can overhear saying, "Trust me, if he didn't like her, you would know it."
We have no idea who these people are, right?
Nope.
That's on the back burner. I wanna go
Yes,
back
it
to
is.
him.
I do not like it.
No, me neither. You're right. Like Viserys, definite Viserys vibes, and I am not here for that.
Ew. God. Ugh. God.
Crown 14.
You know, the little girl could probably live a really, really comfortable life if she just hoarded her body out.
Jesus.
It's
It's the way of life
it's my
sometimes.
buddy
man.
Jeff, everyone. Yeah.
You make your way to the gambling hall.
Yeah.
Everyone's all
He
like,
created this game.
Jeff is a
so
horrible person.
It is obvious that this place is busy
Is that you?
every day of the calendar year because there's a lot of people around, despite the fact that there is still the remnants of a festival in the town square. This seems to be where people go, and also the tavern was quiet compared to this place.
Oh, God.
Is showcasing nudes. It is showcasing blackjack. It is showcasing poker. It is showcasing craps. It is showcasing a trivia night.
Sabak. Oh.
Actually, I'm sorry. I'm taking that back. It's not a trivia night. It's a trivia board. Every day they change out the questions, and if you actually answer the questions right, they give you money.
What's the
I
question?
want to play that.
It changes by the day.
Can my character
What's
play
the
trivia?
You have to go in and find out, Trevor.
My character wants to play trivia.
The question is, how much damage does a dagger do? No, I'm kidding.
Boom!
Oh, 1,000 gold.
We're rich kids. Let's stop the campaign now.
All right.
Use buy our own star.
You enter, and there are a lot of people in here shouting over each other, yelling at each other, celebrating victories, crying over losses. If you're actually wanting to find the board of trivia, you would find it on a counter off to the left, and there's a person standing there board in front of the board that has the board question. And the question on the board says,
How boring is this?
which gods does the pomegranate symbolize?
I would like to try and answer.
This is based on all of your guys' in real life knowledge, not your character's knowledge.
Okay. Excellent.
Oh, excellent.
Should we answer as a team
I think it is actually.
I think it's
or
isn't it
individually?
like collaboration? Isn't it Hades?
That's what I first wanted to say. Either that or his wife, Persephone.
Well, because it was Persephone who ate the pomegranate seeds that kept her in the underworld. So wouldn't that already be Hades then?
Yes.
Yes.
Only if you guys are game for
That
it.
is the first thing my
Yes.
mind told me.
I'm game for it
Hades.
Okay.
because it's off of your money.
That's fair. Wait, did I have to pay to get into this? Shit! I should have asked that up front. Tom is on my shizzle.
My character loves trivia just
Is
like
it Hades?
me.
It is not Hades.
Well, fuck shit.
Motherfucker.
Morpheus.
Is that it for all of us?
That is it for Trevor.
Oh,
Well, collaborative effort failed for me.
okay. I would like to guess Persephone. Then.
Nice one.
That's a good one.
I just. There might be more than one. He did
Huh?
say gods.
You can have this one. I'll make
Sure.
another one.
You sure?
Yeah, I'll make another one.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
Appreciate
You earned
it.
200 gold.
Fuck!
Ding! Oh wait, no.
200
Gold.
gold, not XP.
Not ding.
Nothing! Nothing! I take the ding back!
No,
Nothing.
because you knew it in real life, I will give you 100 XP.
Oh, snap.
But I was not confident enough to fight it though, because my
I want
gut instinct
to
was 80s.
go up to the trivia board and say, I'll take one trivia, please.
He says, great.
That's cute. I like that.
What is the origin story of Dionysus? Uh-huh. I know you know it. What was
Yes.
Dionysus before he was a god?
Collaborative effort if you give
I'm
me
gonna
something
be in
pretty.
here for a long time, my character.
Alright, well, you see, I come from a land very far away, and our gods differ from your gods. So, Dionysus was actually a dinosaur. And he went by Dinosaurus. So, his backstory or origin story was when the meteor came down and killed all the dinosaurs. He was the only one left. And then the world thought, wow, this is the only dinosaur left in the world. We should make him a god.
He's the god of survival.
He's the god of dinosaurs.
You can make your way away from my counter now.
Centaurs have very
If
weird...
you keep talking, I'm charging you 50 gold.
And the pun police will come out after us again.
No one understands my humor as I walk
Boromir.
away.
Redstone's just not kind of no nonsense. Pyra, do you have any guess?
Boring place here.
To the city.
Collaborative effort?
Collaborative?
So you weren't listening earlier when we were all powwowing about Hades
No,
and so
I was listening.
Okay.
I will say if you work as a team, the reward money is cut.
Okay. Yeah, because I don't know.
He was the man who invented wine and just liked it so much that he made him a god as a reward.
He was the world's first winemaker.
Yeah.
You get 75 gold.
Don't you guess a
And
drunk
because
man,
you
I
asked for
couldn't
help,
remember.
no XP.
That's fair.
Trevor,
something pretty.
take 5
Cool.
5.
gold. I mean XP. Sorry. XP.
I wonder if I could buy a sword.
This time I actually earned it.
Sword.
Can't do it.
Not today.
It's just.
Well, while they're at the trivia board, I'm going to be doing important things. I'm going to be looking for a person named Pilot.
Are you using the toaster right now?
I was.
And I'm going to stand in the very center of the casino floor, and I'm going to go hum num 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 num, and use my foresight to see if I can identify a would-be criminal named Pilot.
Oh!
Wow.
Yeah, 20, motherfucker.
Without even realizing that
Coming
you
in
had
clutch.
without even realizing that you had taken note of the clues, you were able to deduce who you're looking for.
OP.
OP.
Oh.
The arrow hole implies an archer. The first kill was done by a very simple action, an arrow,
Yeah.
therefore heavily hinting towards an archer.
Oh.
The second kill was quite possibly a Tengu. The other two were human, which means you're either looking for a Tengu or a human, most likely, because the vendetta was against those two races. You're surmising a bit. As well as Pilot is a more Tengu-ish name.
So I'm looking for a Tengu archer named Pilot.
I like to go around the casino. Oh, wait. Never mind. I don't know if you've told me any of this yet.
I haven't.
You watch him go, and you're like, I hope this works. And he just walks away. He's like, I guess it didn't work.
Well, I know that Tengus are a little bit of a rarity, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
I'm going to go around looking specifically just for Tengus first, and then I'm going to get to know them.
Day 20 cunning.
Follow him around in mental prowess every fucking tango I see.
16.
Yes, you may.
God,
Sweet.
character still wants to stay at the trivia board. But won't. Will help.
You're only allowed to answer one question
Figured.
Ooh, limits.
a day, by the way. Give me D20.
Wow.
You were able to hum through the maelstrom of voices in your head and immediately locate a black Tengu at the craps table.
Why's it got to be black?
I was gonna do the game jumping. First of all, I don't like how you said the word black. Sorry.
That's one of their best running gags on that show. man.
So good. I got my boss to get into that joke now.
First of all, I don't
Hey,
like
do
going
you know where the black pens are? And I'm like, first of all. So glad Amy has a sense of humor.
Hold on.
So when you say black Tengu, is it a Tengu
feathered Tengu.
that actually has black feathers?
Yes.
Or is like its weird chicken body underneath is like black skin?
You can't see the skin underneath.
There's one way to find out, though.
What kind of feather?
Its beak is yellow-brown, and its feathers
I'm
are...
not doing that this game.
Its feathers are either really dark gray or black.
Okay.
Ooh, gambling music.
You
No,
make your
that would
way
be
through the gambling
Zelda,
hall.
Breath of the Wild, riding a horse music. I'm wrong.
So am I aware that he has mental prowess?
He mental prowess exactly where Pilot is, and he's...
I will share that info. I
He's
will
over
not
there.
withhold that.
Great. And so when you point out a black Tengu, I go, hey, I was actually looking for a Tengu.
Did you not say that out loud? I thought you did.
I think I did. I didn't.
Oh.
But by golly,
Fucking-
we're on something.
That's
We're on the same
You got a
wavelength.
20 on a Pilot check anyway, so...
He's got to give you
Your
the glasses.
pilot light is on.
Dang it, I was gonna make that joke when you talk to Pilot. Hold on, let me light this up real quick. Call my Pilot light. Anyway.
Oh no.
Fantastic.
I've done it again.
I'm starting a new series that's only on its first episode.
It got greenlit by Netflix. It's pretty easy, actually. Anyway,
I
I'm
approached
calling it the pilot.
LMAO.
I approached the dark Tengu.
it's just a bunch of episodes. That's the first episode of different series, but never continues on.
Piloting.
It's just Pilot episodes.
Dude, call Netflix. We need to get on this. Oh my
It's the
god.
most frustrating thing ever. Anyway, I'm sorry, Jeff. I interrupted you. What?
It's okay. I go back to the trivia board.
God.
I go towards the dark Tengu nonchalantly. I clippity clop over to the table, and I'm curious as to what he or she is playing.
The trivia table?
No, the
No, he was
Dark
talking about
Tengu.
Oh, they're playing craps.
No, of course
Ah,
the
what the
Dark Tengu
crap.
would be
Oh,
playing craps.
craps.
Yeah, nice try though. No, I'm just kidding.
It was delayed.
You sure it's not a thrilling game of Narns?
There's a weird person that stares awkwardly at you through the crowd, and they have a very blank white mask as they look at you.
I love it like the secret enemies of this
Silence.
campaign is going to end up being the goddamn pun police.
I think the last boss of the entire campaign
It's
is
gonna
going
be
to
just
be a
a
giant
giant- That's where the pun dragon comes in.
Ooh.
It's our final punishment.
I'm going to take my 1 gold piece, and I'm going to put it on the pass line on the craps.
On the what?
The pass line.
Oh, that's right. He does that stuff. You know. All
And
the
then I'm
terms
going
for
to
things.
watch the Dark Tengu as the dice get rolled.
Snake eyes, snake eyes, snake eyes.
You win.
Super.
What's the past line?
I now have 2 gold.
You do.
And what was the Dark Tengu's response?
He looks at you and says, "Good luck for a beginner."
How much are you betting?
This table's cold. I think I'll be making my way out.
I know what that means.
Congratulations.
I actually have a really good feeling because I don't know if you know this about me, but I can see the future.
Don't say that in here.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's perfect to say in here. We're trying to lure him out.
As I said, this table's cold. Maybe you want to follow me over to the roulette.
I would love to because my 4th. I'm just kidding.
He makes his way over to the roulette,
I follow.
I
looks
follow.
down, and puts 100 gold pieces on black. Always bet on black.
Thank you.
First of all,
Black don't crack.
I'll sidle up next to Angor and be like, "Don't worry, honey. I'll spot you this one, and I'll put 100 gold down
I'm just
on
watching.
whatever you want."
Watching.
I was actually gonna say, well, my foresight was telling me, even though I didn't do it, that it's going to be red. So put the 100 gold on red.
And then once the thing goes, I would like to use mental prowess to try and make it land on red.
Oh, yeah. All right, I like that.
Oh yes.
Oh, yeah.
Random
Give me a
bystander coming up,
D20.
We're gonna cheat the casino.
We're gonna cheat the guy
It's
who's
okay,
been killing
we're just playing a
cheaters.
game, Jeff.
So great. Oh, it's hilarious.
15.
He notices nothing.
Damn
And
it,
it's-
I was like, you know what,
What,
that's still
what did you
good.
put your money on? Red?
Red.
Well, he put the money on it for me, so I didn't put anything down.
Where'd you put it? Red?
Yes.
Yeah, I was just saying, because he put it on
He,
black, so I
he
was just
came up
putting
to
it
me,
on
he
red.
sidled up to me and said, I got you on this one, I think. You-
Honey.
Yeah, I was
You
pretending
call
to
me
be.
honey,
yeah,
right?
I was
Yeah.
pretending to like be
Like,
your
I
thing.
got
That's so
I got your
sweet.
bet.
We're undercover.
So I told him to put it
So
You
I
on.
was-
have it land deliberately in a red between a green and a black. And you look up at him, and he's like, interesting. Want to go again?
You know, my foresight's telling me that this table is getting rather cold.
I disagree.
Oh.
He puts down 300
So
on
wait,
black.
Uh-oh.
what was my payout, fool?
200.
Okay.
Fool.
He just doubled
We're
it.
winning a lot of money in here. I like this. This is
I
not
like
normal.
gambling.
I don't.
So he put 300 down?
like fake gambling.
So fucking I'll put 300 down on the opposite of him again. No, you know what? Fucking go big or go home. Is 23 red?
I don't know if 23 is red.
Let's say it is.
Sure.
I don't know offhand.
23 red.
Okay.
All 300 of it on that one space. And I'm gonna mental prowess and I'm gonna make it land on motherfucking 23 red.
Okay. Give me mental prowess.
Before... Hold on.
Actually, you're going to have to give me a d20 to make sure you actually put it there first.
Hold the fuck on.
Hold the foot.
This is really important.
Yes.
He is putting all of his money on one number and he's going
Yes.
to try and make it hit.
Yes.
It pays out 35
I
to
know.
1,
I know.
Dude, I want this.
which is a lot.
I know.
Okay.
Could you imagine a level 2? Like, fucking...
You're gonna have to nerf that.
No,
Okay.
no.
All right.
There is no nerf.
Okay.
Scruffy looking nerf herder.
So what is my first one?
Who's scruffy looking?
You said... So am I just doing the 1d20 roll?
1d20 to confirm that you actually are putting all of your money onto 20. Okay.
15.
Plus 5.
Okay.
Well, that wasn't the mental prowess check. That was a Tommy confirmation roll, right?
All right. Give me the...
Waste of a roll.
Spectacles, testicles, bullet, and watch.
I missed that every. Ooh.
18.
18.
You were able to make it bounce quite naturally looking, so that it looks like it organically lands on that number, but he does immediately look at you
Red hot.
as if he suspects
Not one
something,
of us is sexy.
and smiles and says, "There. Enjoy your gold."
Thank you.
And then he leaves the table.
Just gonna go ahead and multiply 300 by 35.
You're gonna share some of that, right?
It's a lot. It's over 10,000. 10,500 gold.
Wow.
We just broke the game. Just
A
kidding.
crowd encircles you very quickly.
Yeah, you're gonna get mugged, bud.
Made up of people who are like shocked that it worked, want some of your charity, want to compete with you in roulette, in craps, and whatever.
You should absolutely start giving money out
Roll for witness protection.
to like make the people happy before leaving.
It's true. I'll take 500
Yeah, my character's
of
a little
my
tense
10,500 that I'm getting, and that's what I'll use to just fucking make it rain.
Okay. You make it rain, and suddenly, when you're starting to feel claustrophobic, you throw it up in the air, and people go scattering all around the floor, and you're just like, okay, good. I don't like people.
I'm keeping my eyes on the Dark Tengu while the chaos.
And
is
because
Thank
he
you.
did that, and people started freaking out on the ground, you see that Pilot is making his way down back towards the back of the building, where theoretically a VIP area would be.
happening.
And
Okay.
he makes his way through a dark curtain back there.
I'd like to follow. I'm also tense about that situation.
Is it like a like private access only type
There's
of area?
there's no guard outside, but
Okay.
it's obvious that like people aren't supposed to go back there.
I motion
Oh.
that you guys should come.
So it's not like VIP area. It's like a.
That's the impression that it gives.
But a very poorly guarded one.
Yes.
But yes, Jenny, I will stick with the crew. I'm not going to go off on my own. Not with that much scratch on me.
Give me 50 XP for you.
Okay.
Fucking have 20 points away from a
Are you
damn.
really?
980. I love it.
Yeah, I
I'm
should have
going
said I would
I'm
like
gonna
to follow.
follow
if
the.
we're all doing
Yeah,
it.
I'm going to follow the Dark Tengu.
You-
Hyra, what are you doing?
I'm following.
Same.
The four of you are able to make it back there, and once you do, and the curtain closes behind you, the music is quite a bit more muffled.
Great. It's gonna be
I'm
frosty
gonna-
back here.
pretend to be pretty punch drunk and be a little punch drunk at the fact that I just won all that money.
Yeah.
Even though I fucking cheated.
You find yourself in a hallway, going sharply to the left. There's no way to go to the right, and you look down, and it's a lot of like there's no electricity. There is very dim skylights in the roof that have like a blue hue, so that the lighting here is a dim blue. And Pilot's nowhere to be seen. There are a couple doors on your right, but you see that the hallway bends right at the very end.
There's no other way he could have gone except down that way as far as we know. You know what? He's a bird. I look up.
There's nothing up.
Smart.
Okay.
I am going to.
None of this fucking alien
My
horror
last.
movie shit.
I'm going to use my last
Oh,
thing of
no.
foresight.
Fuck yes.
Examine my surroundings to see which direction he did go. Let's see if there's a secret passage. 15.
To the end of this hallway.
Okay. You know what? Now we know.
I hurried to the end of the hallway.
I follow.
You hurry to the end of the hallway, in which there is a lounge made of cushy couches. There's even a private poker table here, but he's alone in there, and he's drinking deeply from a pint. And he sees the four of you enter, and his birdie little eyes pop open widely, and he's like, "Can I help you?"
He's like, sorry, through all the activity that was going on, I just wanted to make sure that I was able to catch up with you because you seem like a really cool dude. Like, I want to play more with you. That was clearly a very hot table. You had to have known that something was going to happen there.
You get lucky.
Do you often find yourself lucky at places like this?
I'm not buying it.
Sure.
And so you come back here to sit all alone?
People aren't always the best.
True.
Bad experiences?
Oh, sure.
I'm sorry.
It's a very lonely life.
I'm
Winner.
examining his attire while they're conversing.
Very comfortable garb, luxurious, expensive.
Any butterflies on it?
Oh,
Not that you can tell.
butterflies.
Does he have a quiver and suspicious bow on his back?
There's no obvious weaponry on him.
A bow shifty.
No obvious weaponry on him. I'm going to take another risk then, and I'm going to try to mental prowess him. And I'm going to read his mind. You're doing it again.
What?
She asked me to point out if she's chewing on her nails.
Oh, I'm a lip chewer.
See, the next project is me not chewing on mine. So you want to start calling me out then? Thank you. I'm sorry, mental prowess on. Let's just pilot.
It's a 20.
Yes, it's a 20.
Ooh, he's gonna see some stuff he didn't want to see.
Okay.
About
That was such a DM.
What are you looking for?
it's an open book.
So it's surface thoughts, right? It's not like I could go and like sift through his past.
With a
memories.
20, I'm going to say that you are able to do whatever you want at this moment within reason.
I am looking for confirmation that he's the killer. And if I can, beyond that, I want to find his motive.
Okay. If you're going that deep, he is going to know that his mind's being invaded.
I'll do it anyway.
Oh, okay. I'm even tenser.
So you pull out memories of the 3 murders. He did do them.
Oh. Sorry.
I missed having you here. The confirmation of my writing.
Yeah,
is
it's
so
like that
great.
one gif of the one guy who was like the fake rap battle. All his friends are going by like, oh!
Yeah.
I love that.
It's
like-
such a
He's
great
like-
gif.
But
That's
like
my
the thing,
favorite one.
the thing with like the Disney campaign when I wrote about Talipo and she kept saying like, "This is so fucking creepy." I'm like, "Yes, it's creepy."
That was scary.
Talipo was
Oh god.
awful in the best of ways. 'Cause that was the point.
Yes. All right. You see. So I'm gonna go from the most present and regress back.
Okay.
Okay. You see him kill the woman. You see that they had. He believed in love with each other.
He's gonna die.
They had been sleeping together. She had not told him that she was married. The one before that was his best friend, who sold him out to gang members who tried to kill him for beating them in a game.
Oh.
And he sold him out. The first
Sorry.
The
Pilot was sold out by his
pilot was
friend.
sold out by his
Got it.
best friend,
Got it.
who was also a Tengu.
Who was also a traitor.
Yes,
The
it was.
first murder-
The first one was the cheater.
Was a financer who was actually undercutting or who was manipulating the system in the gambling hall so that whenever he would offer loans to people, they were for sure to lose, and he would always get more money by offering money to people. He was a swindler.
Oh, I'm conflicted.
As you see all of this, it's obvious that he enjoyed what he did, and he's self-righteous enough to validate what he did. The butterflies are his calling card, if you will, because he feels like he's an agent of Thanatos by sending bad people to him. So as he's seeing his own memories being forced into the forefront, he looks at all 4 of you, not able to tell who did it, and he looks bewildered and stands up and says, "No one will believe you." Bewildered. Bird-wildered.
Wilbur!
Bewildered.
Like there's a pig?
I tell him, No one needs to believe a dead man. And I summon my sword.
Okay.
We doing this?
It doesn't work unless... It doesn't work unless you make the noise.
Oh, sorry.
It's like, it comes out, it's just like, it's like an Insight commercial.
I'm sorry, I just had 3 whiskeys at the tavern.
We really doing this? Really?
I'll go ahead and I'll explain in detail what I saw and his motivations behind them.
Okay. He says, thank you. Now, is that so bad?
I don't know if he had anything to do with the miners.
The swindler is a terrible person. The traitor might have gotten what was coming to him. The woman made a terrible decision. That was not your life to take. And I'm going to use Flash Gorgon on him.
Oh, alright, we're doing this.
I'm going to freeze his ass in place so that my party can have at it too.
4.
It's still cast.
Also, it works like a spell.
It's cast.
He's frozen. He's petrified.
He is frozen for a turn. Have at him.
Do we take him alive?
No.
Have at it.
But are we still trying to gain favor with all the whatevers if we catch this guy and turn him in? Oh, but maybe they don't care if he's dead.
But we don't have proof that he did it.
He's petrified
Thank
for
you.
a turn.
Pyro got it.
Yeah. Also that.
Take him alive.
Can I punch him in the dick then?
Oh, please. I would
Okay.
love that.
Because I put my dagger away, so I can use my punchy fist thing. Oh wait, no, I can't spend the MP because I didn't heal my MPs. So I'm just gonna do
Question
it.
about the Flash Gorgon ability.
Mm.
Did I just do that ad nauseum? There's no MP cost.
It should have an NP
It's
cost.
6.
Thank you. That's
Ah,
six.
thank you.
That's why I don't have MP.
Also, I would
I
like
didn't
to,
write that down.
after we're done, like, tying him up and stuff, can we just, like, fast forward to that? Because we're all in agreement of keeping him alive for the moment, yeah?
One dick punch.
Well, you can do the dick punch after he's tied up.
Do
It's
the
true.
punch.
It's true.
Just gotta make sure we do it before he
And I don't want to
unpetrifies.
actually use karate chop. I just want to.
Stun him
You
directly
do so
in the
easily.
balls.
How much is your...
It's like he's petrified. You still see his
6
eyes
damage.
like cross.
Yeah.
His eyes do cross as he bends over even a little bit through his petrification. What do you do to him?
Time up.
We need to tie him up, yeah.
Okay.
And
You are-
I would like to make an argument. When he awakens, how knowledgeable am I of
If he...
Thanatos?
About what? About Thanatos?
Yeah.
Give me a d20. Floor check.
Thanos.
Yeah.
Nice catch.
Thank you. 8.
Not much besides the fact that he's meant to be the messenger of death, like the one that comes to your spirit and takes you to the underworld.
So I was gonna make an argument, like saying
Brett.
like a true follower of Thanatos would have no problem crossing over if they realized that they were a bad person, right? Like if they realized that they needed to be, that they were one that needed to die.
No, but a homicidal bush nugget would never claim responsibility for his own actions.
Who did we turn him into? King?
Yes.
Who was the one that asked us to look into the murders in the town?
The family.
The family.
Wait, sorry, one of the wives. It was one of the wives.
That's who we
Return
bring.
him to her.
Yes, and then she vouches for us. Perhaps she will know who to take him to. I assume the headsman. So yeah,
All in agreement?
I would like to carry him
Aye.
out a back way out of this place, rather than through the crowded gambling hall, if at all possible.
There is a back way. You guys managed to tie him up with a long tapestry that is hung up here in the VIP area for decoration.
It's a little bit shitty, but it's like I put that over him to pin his arms in place and then wrap him.
You may do so.
Okay, cool. It's very, I don't know, thematic, I guess.
Yeah. Once you guys make it out into the streets, he's able to break out of the bow, but not out of the tapestry.
You know what? For good measure, Agate, if I may, could you please knock him the fuck out?
Ah, gladly. He had 16 plus
You managed
3.
to knock him out with that 16, knowing how to knock him out without killing him. Yeah. You do so.
Sharp blow of the temple. Just boom.
Man.
You guys make your way back to the palace castle thing, and up the stairs, back into the throne room, and you plop him down in front of the throne.
Roughly.
Look up, and Narcissus is gone, and you're like, shit.
Yeah, we were looking for
You look to the left, and his line of wives is still there.
Do you guys just not get to leave?
Let me guess, you have a great personality.
Just talking about that movie today.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Yikes, yikes, yikes.
Several of the women shake their head as if you don't understand. They're pointing into like an area behind the throne room. They're just like, he'll be right back. He went to pee.
Oh, because of all the...
I guess.
And it was one of these wives that sent us.
It was the fourth wife, yeah.
I would like to go to her. And I would like to ask whoever was carrying him, unless it was all of us, to just deposit shitbird
It's
at his
probably
feet.
on my back.
Probably.
Oh.
Can I just, like, have you walk
I
up
wanted
next to her and then
to-
just
no.
flop him off? He doesn't deserve to be set down gently.
You notice that as you're doing this, the blonde boy and girl are coming back into the throne room, and he's all of it. They're all pissed off, talking about how he's going to demand an audience and demand that this works, and he's going to make this happen, and you're going to marry the king. You're going to be the 10th wife. And he sees all this, and he's like, I'm going first.
Get in line.
You dare talk to me like that? I'm Draco Malfoy. No, I'm kidding.
My father would hit him with this.
this.
Yeah, thank you.
The king makes it into his throne room, and he's adjusting his loincloth, and there's a little wet spot. And
You know what? I give him shit, but
I
been there, done that.
miss these unnecessary little details.
They make the world come alive.
Man.
Are they unnecessary?
Like that's not like in the when whatever translation of Beowulf that is, where the guy scratches his mole. Like we don't need to know every time. Okay, but I like yours. It's funny.
I want to
Harry
read that
Potter
version of Beowulf. Anyway.
And he looks at the audience chamber filled with people that he feels like he's already dismissed, and he's like, did I dream that we had all those conversations?
No, we followed your directive and have already completed the task.
Oh!
I know, right?
Didn't even take us 2 hours.
I was just about to start my orgy. This is great!
Yeah,
Okay.
you can start it after hearing good news.
Okay.
I'm dry as the Sahara.
Well,
it's like my character.
And it's like a desert all over my cooch. If I sneezed, I would lose sand.
huh?
She's not a lady at all. So okay.
It's okay, the NEC is slightly turned on by her. Anyway.
Oh.
Okay. I lost track of what I was saying. Oh, right. Good news.
Yeah,
He
pre-orgy
says-
good news,
Oh,
yes.
sorry. Not sure how it really compares
So you can
with the
raise your
aftermath.
spirits and your anyway.
No.
The blonde boy pulls his sister in front of the king and says, she would gladly be part of your next orgy, your highness.
Did she say so? I did not hear it.
He barely looks over at you and says, my liege.
You're referring to me as my liege?
No!
You're a very
We're
confusing person.
Busy, child.
I'm gonna irritate the fuck out of this kid.
Oh my god.
Jeff, I get it now.
He decidedly ignores you and just glares up at the king. The king looks down at him, shakes his head as if pityingly, and he's like, you need to stop trying before I get mad. Because when I get mad,
Uh-oh.
Horny.
you don't like me when I'm mad.
Trevor.
Now,
My body's
Centaur, what is atop you?
Centaur.
ready. We'll say that I mental prowess too.
Yeah. I'm sorry. We centaurs have weird ways of of thoughts, and for some
THOT.
reason, my thoughts that I was currently thinking about overrode what you said to me. Could you please repeat yourself?
Centaur.
Yes.
What is atop you?
Atop me. Well, no longer atop me because it was flumped onto the ground.
And I
It
point to
is-
that.
Roughly.
So what's currently atop me is actually my house banner, which is the symbol of the wave.
Centaur, what have you flumped onto my floor?
The flumping is a man that we know for certain did the 3 murders at the north side of town. And they were all gambling related. Speaking of casinos, he won 10,000 gold. It was crazy.
Shh. He looks over at you and says, 10,000 of
That
my
was
gold.
character, not me.
My kingdom, right? Enjoy it.
Thank you.
Oh,
I
I
actually
won't ask
have a thing in mind if you would appease, if you would entertain my notion once this business is concluded.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna need my... Where did he go? He asks his steward, and he's like, who are you talking about? We're talking about the court magician. Oh, right, the court magician. Yeah, that guy. Okay, yeah, cool. They look around. They look around
So chill, bro.
for this random magician. He's like, hold on.
This is a magician.
Okay, I just sent him a mental message. And hopefully he will have heard it.
Did I hear it?
Give me a D20.
It's like, I got mental prowess. 21.
You heard a very loud draconic voice say, "Come here." And through a door off to your right, there is a Vulpin that comes in, and you can tell he's a Vulpin because as soon as he enters, he pulls back the hood of his robe, and very big foxy ears pop out, and he's like, "Yes, Riley."
He heard him.
You sounded like a mad Batman.
What?
Come here.
Oh, swear to me.
Balcony.
Where's the trigger?
God.
God.
Wonder I got these scars. Oh wait.
Swear to me.
They mentally have a private conversation. The magician looks at him, nods his head, goes up to this Tengu, like lazily puts a left hand out and mentally scans him as well. Looks up at his king and he's like, "Oh yeah, they got it right on the money, sir." And the king's like,
Okay.
"Okay,
Can we kill him?
no." And the steward suddenly appears with a
gonna say.
double-handed sword.
Yep.
And the dragon pulls out his double-handed blade with one hand and comes down to the Tengu. And the Tengu suddenly is up on his knees, still tied by a tapestry, saying insistently, "They were terrible people. They deserve to die. I can prove that they were terrible. I can prove that they deserve to be blah, 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 blah." And the dragon's just like, "That's great. I've killed a lot of people too, like you."
The king's justice.
He cuts him not perfectly down the neck,
Oh.
but so much like almost diagonal from shoulder down to hip.
Ew.
And his body falls in 2 different piles. And he looks at you, Trevor, and he's like, "I'm really sorry. Was that your tapestry that I just cut through?"
No.
Okay. I would have felt really bad.
No.
But you
no.
have 10,000 gold of my gold, and so you probably would have bought another one. Steward! And he puts his sword away, and he's like, "Clean it up." And he sits back down on his throne, and he's
Hold on.
like, "I just earned 200 XP. And so did all of you."
Ding. Fries are done.
Pyre's like, "That was easy."
I
just watched the guy get killed. Like, what the hell?
Ding, fries
Easiest
are
level
done.
up we're gonna have in this entire game.
So
Next
much
level is 2K.
character development.
Yar.
It's
Um, I do have a proposition for the king,
Mm.
or perhaps just the people in this audience room. Should we save it for next time?
No,
What?
I want
Go.
to hear
Should we save it for
it.
next time?
Go.
Do-
No,
do
no,
that?
go,
we
go.
have time.
If you are interested, my liege, in perhaps taking that coin back off of me in exchange for something.
He pops an eyebrow and says, I'm intrigued. You are female.
I am flattered.
Gender
I am also
roles.
gay.
Oh, we're both gay.
He just kills you for being gay.
I am sometimes too.
Plot twist.
And I'll turn and I'll gesture to the blonde girl. I would like to purchase her freedom from her brother.
That's not my character.
He pops the other eyebrow. I can't do it in real life.
He's just
He
like,
he pops the other eyebrow so his eyes go wide. And he's like, interesting. And the brother kind of freaks out and says, No! No, 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 no. She is my sister. I get to decide her fate.
Oh, God.
And I'm not selling her. I'm trading her for a promise of a crown.
my lord, my liege, this is your kingdom. They are your subjects. Your word means more than his.
Cunning check, please.
True.
It's going to be a plus of 0. 11.
He looks at you and rubs his scaly red chin and says, technically, they're not even from this country.
Then might I suggest that an offer of 10,000 gold and the idea to never hear his irritating voice again might be worth it.
Yes, I do enjoy that. He looks over at his magician and just like they have a silent exchange and the magician's like, hold on. And he makes his way out of the throne room and there's a bit of a Jeopardy music break as they're waiting for something, but nobody wants to break the silence because they're in the middle of a negotiation. But the blonde boy is like looking very pissed off and seems to be like, do I argue this? Like, is this...
Oh, I'm
Am I-
staring
am I-
right at the boy the
Am
whole
I
time.
getting something out of this? I don't think so. I think I'm actually losing ground here. But like, how could I be losing ground here? I had everything in the bag.
Thank you so much for the suggestion.
And then suddenly, the magician comes back with a big old like pot with a lid on it. He's like, "Where do you want it?" And he's like, "At my feet." I just said it to you in my head. Why aren't you listening? And he drops it at his feet, and it's
like I just
obviously
back
like
up. Yeah, he just said it.
almost overflowing with some sort of liquid. And he's like, "Viserys, come here."
King.
Really is. Okay.
Do you want a crown?
Oh, God.
Yes. Give it.
I offer you the crown that you deserve.
Oh, my.
Give him. Give it.
He Spartan kicks him off the throne, grabs the pot, and dumps it over his face.
Wow.
He had to act quickly or else the gold would solidify very fast. Viserys dies immediately,
Delicious.
and he drops the pot on him, and it like
Clang.
clangs iron against gold. So it's a loud clang, and the wives are just like, why does he always do that?
It's like just the super jarring noise. Like the guy getting his head melted was no big deal, but the loud clang, they're like, ah!
Pretty much. Yeah. And he says, I just earned 1,000 XP.
It's so meta!
He looks at Daenerys and says, you can go wherever the hell you want. But you're giving me the 10,000 regardless.
Of course. A bargain is a bargain.
Does she have purple eyes?
Yeah, that was like 2 birds with 1 stone. We killed that douche, and then we also
awesome.
are helping this chick out. That's great.
Yeah.
I'm so
No, that
glad
was
we got to
great.
help her. I wanted
get the
to
props for that one.
Eventually.
The party
It's fun being chaotic.
receives another 150 gold for that lovely idea. Gold XP for that lovely idea.
Yay.
Another what?
Oh, math.
150.
Oh, 150.
I want you to give yourself an extra 50, Jenny, because you should have been receiving a 10% or another bonus because you were lower level than them before.
Gotta bump up them numbers. Those
Okay.
are rookie numbers.
So I'm going to end session here because that's actually a nice little delicious point to end it. So yeah, you're staring at a body covered in solidified liquid gold. You're looking
Another
at
one that was cloven in two.
You're looking at a body cut in two. You're looking at a young girl who's 14 and has purple eyes. And you're wondering how on earth you gotten to this point ever since you were in jail earlier this morning.
It's been a hell of a day.
Scene.
Please don't sue us, George R.R. Martin.
If Markiplier hasn't sued us yet, we're fine.
Please don't sue us, Sherlock, for me playing their music.
Please don't sue us, Game Grumps, for me constantly referencing them.
All right.
Bye-bye!
Bye-bye.
Bye!
Bye-bye now. Bye-bye.
Bye.